There's that lovely voice. Hello, and thank you again for joining us at the Quarantine Theater Company. Tonight we have a lovely reading of one of my favorite 80s movies again, Weekend at Bernie's. Woo! It's going to be fabulous. It's going to be hilarious, and we're all going to just laugh and die. Joining us for scene description this evening, doing the heavy lifting, we've got Jen as the epitome, I don't know, that's the wrong word, the best role in this damn movie, Bernie Lomax. We've got Logan. As Larry, we've got George. As Richard, we've got Eric. As Polly, the Iceman, Haywood, not Hollywood, this isn't Maverick or Ice.
Pauly Shore.
Pauly Shore. No, definitely not Pauly Shore. We've got Kate. And then Travis will be joining us later as Vito and several other roles as well. So, and I'll be Gwen. I guess I should introduce myself. My name's Anne. All right. So without further ado, Jennifer, take us away.
Weekend at Bernie's by Robert Klain. I love that they have a notation here. Anyway, fade in, music up. Reggae, credits start. Exterior, a street on the Upper West Side. Of course, it's a New York fucking movie. God damn it. Day. It's only 9 o'clock on this Sunday morning, and the temperature is already 103 degrees as Richard, a young man in his 20s, comes out of an apartment building and walks up the street carrying his briefcase. A superintendent hoses down the sidewalk.
Hot enough for you?
Yes.
As Richard exits scene, a woman in shorts passes by walking a dog on a leash. She's got great legs. Lol. Which catch the superintendent's eye and momentarily cause him to lose his concentration, resulting in him soaking an unsuspecting male pedestrian who is passing by in the opposite direction. Exterior, a street corner near Central Park. Day. Richard, sweating and thirsty. Yep. Stands on a corner impatiently. Come on, Jen. You're 2 scenes in. Impatiently looking at his watch. Finally, he looks up and sees Larry, also in his 20s, approaching in the distance, lugging his television set and a baseball mitt in an I Heart New York bag. Richard shows Larry the time on his watch.
Does this look like a 10 or does this look like 10:30?
I gotta watch.
You're half an hour late.
Oh, I'm usually 45 minutes late. I'm 15 minutes early today.
Richard is already hurrying off towards the park, taking long strides. Larry follows, but strolling. Exterior Central Park entrance. Day. But which one? There's so many. Richard barrels ahead with Larry following leisurely. Richard has a determined look on his face. New angle. A mugger is standing in Richard's way. As Richard nears him, a mugger pulls a gun. Oh shit, is Annie? It is. Stick him up. Shit. Richard stops in his tracks. Larry comes up to them.
Get the fuck out of here. It's too hot.
So true. That's totally how he would react. Anyway, Larry brushes past the stunned mugger. Oh, I'm Travis. As does Richard a moment later. Exterior Central Park. Day. Already there is a crowd of young people, and they are in Sheep's Meadow, stripping down and sunbathing in the park. Ghetto blasters are blasting. The odd game of frisbee. Again, Sheep's Meadow. Dogs lie about gasping from the heat. Richard and Larry cross through the meadow. Told you. Stepping over bodies. They watch enviously as they pass a couple smooching on the grass. 2 attractive young women are coming towards them. Larry stops them.
You are lovely.
Larry's cute, so he gets a smile, but no address. The girls continue on. Larry runs to catch up with Richard again.
Does nothing embarrass you?
All they can say is no.
And that's all they do say. No.
99 out of 100 times, but that 100th one.
Larry smirks just thinking about it. Oh, you problematic bastard. Anyway, exterior pond in Central Park. Day.
You are lovely.
As Richard and Larry walk by in the background, an elderly couple are soaking their tootsies in the cool water, minding their own business. A bratty kid is operating a radio-controlled boat nearby. The boat is a pilot boat with a little pilot figurines, which contains a hose which squirts water on the old couple. Little douche. The kid is being a real pain in the ass. When the boat makes another pass, the old man strikes surprisingly quick with his cane. Yeah, it's a direct hit, and the boat quickly sinks to the bottom of the pond. The old man gives the kid a look that says, "Don't mess with me." Exterior Grand Army Plaza Statue Day. Close up of 2 eggs being held in a hand. The eggs are cracked open and placed in what we think is a frying pan. The eggs begin to crackle as they cook. Camera pulls back to reveal the eggs cooking not in a frying pan, but on the steps of a statue where a weather reporter is demonstrating just how hot it really is in New York City during a numbing heat wave. A TV crew records the event.
That would be me. How hot is it? Hot enough to fry a couple of eggs as the big apple comes, the baked apple. These are the dog days of August, and the heat wave that's been gripping the East Coast continues with no relief in sight.
And it's like you planned it to like match the weather in New York right now. The reporter glances down at the cooking eggs and back to the camera. A New York bum stands nearby, putting a dirty napkin under his chin.
With Labor Day weekend coming up,
The bum steps into shot, producing a fork from his pocket. It's on me, right? Oh, it's not.
Mm-mm. Hey, do you mind? I like mine over easy.
During the above, Richard and Larry pass through the back of the scene. Larry waves at camera. Exterior fire hydrant, New York Street Day. As Richard and Larry walk down the street, a man with kids opens a fire hydrant and gets blasted out of frame by a jet of water. The bunch of kids run delighted towards the spray of water. Cut to exterior Wall Street, the stock exchange Day. This financial nerve center of America is today empty. Empty today? Really? Okay. Anyway, as Richard and Larry approach their office, Larry is looking more depressed. The only other sign of life is a taxi in the background, hood up, steam pouring out of its overheated radiator. And I swear to God, Mosquito, if you're going to literally land on me right now, we're just going to have issues. Okay. A vexed cab driver and a Jen stands by watching helplessly as the steam curls up into the sky. He gets an idea. He stands on the front bumper. Could he be doing what we think he is doing? We will never know because he is in the background as Richard and Larry enter an office building. Interior Transallied Insurance Company Day. Larry and Richard cross the huge empty lobby, moving towards the elevators. The only other person in the vast space is a security officer who nods to them as they pass. The security officer has an electric fan blowing on him. Hot enough for you?
Gee, no, you think you could turn up the heat a little bit?
Wise ass. End of credits. Interior office day. We see a vast room full of desks amidst where is a small figure of Richard sweating over a computer keyboard. A huge pile of data printout sheets is stacked beside Richard's desk. Richard thinks Larry is at another computer located directly behind him.
Hey, Larry, what have you got under accidental death claims for the last quarter of 87? What have you got?
Richard turns to where Larry is supposed to be sitting and notes the empty desk. The swarm of pigeons now gathered outside the open window provides the only clue Richard needs. Richard gets up from his keyboard and crosses to the open window. Richard can plainly see Larry dressed only in his shorts on his back on the ledge watching a baseball game on the TV while he's feeding a famished flock of New York pigeons, the remnants of a donut, and oiling his mitt. Richard makes the face of disgust at his friend, picks up the TV, then reaches for the window sash, slams it down, and locks it. View angle. The noise from the window sends the pigeons winging away and almost causes Larry to roll off the ledge.
Hey, what are you doing? You scared the shit out of me.
Larry tries to open the window, but it won't budge.
Come on, will you? It's the bottom of the 8th.
How much you got on the game?
A lot. Let me in.
No.
No?
Listen, you're supposed to be helping. I don't like giving up my weekends any more than you do.
Richard walks a few steps away before Larry taps on the window.
How am I supposed to get off here?
Try jumping.
Oh, come on, Richard. It's 100 degrees inside.
100 degrees for me too.
It's not my fault that cheap bastards don't turn the air conditioning on the weekend.
Yeah, well, I'm sick of doing all the work around here.
I'm jumping.
Go, okay. If I let you in, you have to promise to help.
I promise.
Larry holds up his hand like he's taking an oath. Richard doesn't really believe him, but he can't leave the guy stranded on the 38th floor ledge. Richard opens the window and Larry crawls inside, bringing the TV with him.
You know, you are so strict on yourself, Richard.
Look, Larry, this report is due tomorrow morning, and as near as I can figure out, we're short almost $2 million.
Hey, it's close enough. This is a big company. They'll never miss it.
2 million's a bit much to fall through the cracks, don't you think?
So they'll screw a couple of widows out of some benefits. Who cares?
Richard is working diligently. Larry stares at him.
We've been stuck here every weekend this summer. Let's go to the beach.
No, shut up and work.
Let's go to the beach. Anyway, Larry takes a step towards the desk and then suddenly surprises Richard by scooping up the papers he's working on.
Give me those papers.
You want these papers? They'll be at the beach with me.
Larry takes off. Richard is shocked into action. He gets up and runs after him.
Hey, Larry!
Exterior rooftop, Larry's apartment. Day, the two young men, Richard and Larry, are in bathing suits, reclining on chaise lounges. Richard's face is buried in computer printouts. We start the scene with a close-up of Larry so that we have no idea where we are. He takes a sip from a can of beer.
You think it's safe to go in the water?
I don't know. Did you just eat? You might get cramps.
Lol. Larry rises and we cut to a wider shot showing us that we are on a rooftop covered with hot melting tar. Wow, ouch. In front of the chaise lounge is a child's wading pool with 6 inches of hot water. There's also a barbecue where they have made hot dogs. Really? A radio is playing. As Larry crosses to the pool, his feet stick to the hot tar. Oh.
Hey, help me. I'm stuck.
I'll turn off the radio.
Okay.
Larry finds his feet sticking to the tar all the way back to the chaise. He sits, puts his beer down, tries to lift the radio, but he can't because it's stuck in the tar. Larry turns it off, but then reaches for his beer can. Now that is stuck too. Alcohol
Oh.
abuse.
Shit.
Yeah. He opens another can, takes a sip.
This sucks. We should be at a real beach.
Well, what do you want to do? Go to Jones Beach and wade in hospital waste? Or maybe Coney where the fish disintegrate in front of your eyes? Wait. You got your pages?
Larry glances down beside his chaise. The papers are in the tar.
Yeah?
I got it. I got the 2 million. Look at page 28.
Larry finds the correct page.
I'm there.
Check line 12.
Yeah?
Now turn to page 41 and look at line 18.
Larry does as instructed.
Okay, what about it?
Well, don't you see? There was more than one check issued on this life insurance claim. One in December of 87 and another in April of 88. And then 2 more.
Are you trying to tell me the guy died 4 times?
Well, according to these payments, he did.
Well, somebody screwed up. It wasn't us, was it?
Well, no, if anything, we're going to be heroes.
So this is good for me, right?
Me too.
I'll tell Mr. Lomax first thing tomorrow. What page was it?
We'll both tell him.
Deal. They exchange low fives, but Larry has tar on his hand, which causes their hands to stick together. Interior Transallied Insurance Building lobby. Day. Cameron finds Richard and Larry making their way across the lobby. Are they still holding hands because of that low five? Towards the bank of elevators, where throngs of people are waiting for the elevator to whisk them up to their offices. Camera holds on waist level shot of 2 brokers wearing suit jackets and ties, then pans down to reveal they are both wearing Bermuda shorts and shoes with no socks. New angle. Waiting at the front of the crowd near one of the elevators is a very pretty girl. Yeah, girl, get it. In her early 20s. Gwen, yes. Richard and Larry are at the back of the crowd when Larry spots Gwen and nudges Richard.
Hey, there's your girl.
Richard looks. She looks great to him in her summer dress. Yeah, girl, twirl, fresh and perky. She feels she's being stared at and she looks over her shoulder.
I'm staring at her.
Come on, you haven't shut up about it for 2 months. Ask her out already. She's a summer intern. She's going to be gone a week.
I don't know what to say.
Try, hello, I'd like to go out with you.
I don't think I could say that.
Why not?
Larry grabs Richard by the arm and starts to push his way through the crowd towards the front, dragging Richard along with him.
Not here. There's too many people around.
This is New York City. There's always too many people around. Excuse me.
Oh, that's fun. I miss sirens. Anyway, an elevator arrives. The doors open and 10 or so people crowd on, including Larry and the reluctant Richard. They get some dirty looks from the people they shunted aside, but the doors quickly close. Interior elevator buttons are pushed and the elevator starts to ascend.
Do you mind pressing 14, please?
Press it yourself.
Wow, Larry, damn. The man jockeys into position next to the button. That's so fucked. Even I'm not big of a bitch. Damn. Larry shoves Richard closer to Gwen and lights a cigarette. Richard finds himself crushed between Gwen and Larry. Oh my God.
Do you mind?
Not at all.
Richard elbows Larry slightly to see if he can get it to fuck. Damn it. Oh God, phrasing Jen. I get him to back off a little bit, but instead Larry continues to push Richard into Gwen, who turns to look at him and give him a "why the fuck are you bothering me" look. Richard is very uncomfortable about the situation. Me too, Richard. Gwen turns to the front of the car again and watches the lights on the floor numbers. Larry eases closer to Richard and whispers in his ear.
Say something. It's going to be too late. You're going to blow it.
The elevator stops at the Trans-Allied Insurance Company floor and the doors open. Half of the people get off, including Gwen, damn it, Jen. Gwen, Richard, and Larry, interior Trans-Allied Insurance offices day. As the elevator passengers cross a small reception area and head into the office proper, Larry and Richard are walking a few steps behind Gwen. Larry is still egging Richard on.
Okay, try witty. Say, you know what would look good on you? Me. Huh?
Richard gives Larry a look. He'd never say anything like that, especially to Gwen. New angle. Gwen is stopped at her desk.
Go on.
Larry drops his bag at Richard's feet in front of Gwen's desk and continues walking. She looks at Richard. He smiles weakly, picking up the bag.
Man is very sick.
Gwen doesn't know what to make of this. She blinks at him. Huh?
Muted.
What?
Yeah. Richard looks down like he wants to die. He quickly puts his head down and walks away. Larry catches up with him. New angle. They continue to walk towards Bernie Lomax's office, which is down at the corner. Larry can tell Richard needs some encouragement.
That was very good. You almost got her. Maybe next time.
I don't know what made me say that. I'm such an asshole. I don't even have an aunt. Like, why did you make me say that?
New angle. Richard and Larry wait in Bernie Lomax's corner office. A secretary sits at a desk in front of the door. Before Richard or Larry can say anything, Bernie Lomax breezes by, looking elegant in his new silk suit and a very deep tan. At first, Lomax doesn't even notice Richard and Larry standing there.
Anything going on?
These messages. And you're late for the creative sales meeting, Mr. Lomax.
Excuse me, Mr. Lomax?
He glances at Richard and Larry.
Hello, Bob.
No, Richard Parker.
Larry Wilson.
Whatever. This is all? Nothing from Doreen, Martha, Judy?
No, sir.
It's their tough luck. Did you make my lunch reservation?
1 o'clock.
Mr. Lomax, there's something we'd like to show you.
Boys, please. It's Monday. After lunch. Quite a bit after lunch.
I believe you're probably a 3-martini kind of a guy, Mr. Lomax. Lomax dashes into his office. Richard and Larry shrug it off and then head back toward their offices, which means that they will have to walk past Gwen's desk. Richard holds his attaché case in front of his face so that it shields him from having to look at her. Gwen catches a glimpse of him as she passes. Her expression is one of puzzlement. She obviously thinks this guy is peculiar. Exterior New York street corner day. It is hot. And Richard and Larry have shed their jackets while they have lunch at a hot dog stand. Yeah, come on, Sabrett Cart. They are munching on hot dogs and drinking Yoo-hoos. Really? All right, choices. Exterior restaurant day. A Lamborghini pulls up in front of a very expensive restaurant across the street. Bernie Lomax gets out with an unbelievably gorgeous woman.
There's Lomax with another 10.
Yeah, that's the only number he knows.
Lol. Exterior New York street corner day. Lomax puts his arm around the gorgeous woman and ushers her into the chic restaurant.
The guy knows how to live. A big apartment, a house at the beach, a boat, a car. You know what it costs to park a car in Manhattan every month? More than my rent.
Well, that's only fair. His car is bigger than your apartment.
All right, it may be small, dark, hot, in a high crime area, but it beats living with mommy and daddy like some people I know.
Wow.
It's just until I can afford something decent, something without wall-to-wall cockroaches.
Solid roast, George. They finish their lunch and they head back into the office, talking as they walk. Camera follows. New angle. Guys walking down the street.
I just have to work hard.
Rich, you are so naive. As my father likes to tell me, it ain't what you know, it's who you blow.
He's quite the philosopher, your father. Very deep. Tell me, is he out of jail yet?
Hey, lots of people forget to file their tax returns.
For 10 years.
It was either the bookie or Uncle Sam.
Well, all I'm saying, Larry, is there's no easy way to make a buck.
Larry doesn't agree. He's turned it to an OTB place.
Where are you going?
I gotta stop at the office.
Interior Transit Insurance Office Day. Richard and Larry are returning from lunch and once again have to walk past Gwen's desk. Gwen is working over some papers when Richard tries to sneak by without calling attention to himself. Gwen happens to look up.
Oh, I hope your aunt feels better.
Oh my God. Richard can't believe she just spoke to him. Not only that, but she's smiling at him.
What?
I said I hope your aunt feels better.
Richard looks at Larry for help. Larry gives Richard a little push towards Gwen's desk and then continues on. Camera follows Larry until he is several yards further away. He stops and turns to see what's happening between Richard and Gwen. Shot from Larry's POV, Richard is awkwardly trying to chat it up with Gwen. She seems interested. Richard starts to feel a little more comfortable about it and leans against the filing cabinet near Gwen's desk. He misjudges and falls smack on his ass. Back to shot. Larry. He puts his hands to his temples as if he has a headache, shakes his head, then walks to his office and enters. Interior, Larry and Richard's desk. Day. Larry is listening on the phone to the horse races from the aqueduct. He's rooting like crazy, but the end of the race, he tears up the OTB ticket. Sorry, my bad. Richard saunters in looking every bit like the cat that swallowed the canary. Larry looks up at him and tosses the tickets in the air.
I lost.
I won. I have a date.
You're kidding.
Yeah, Thursday night. And listen to this. She asked me out.
Hey, all right. You want to borrow my apartment?
Gee, thanks. That'd be great. But I hate to put you out.
Listen, Rich, if she finds out you live with your folks, you'll embarrass yourself.
No, really. It's okay.
It's the cockroaches, right?
Well,
Don't worry, they scatter when the lights go on.
The intercom buzzes, cutting off all further discussion. Richard picks up the phone. Interior, Bernie Lomax's office day. Shut up, Travis. I'm literally trying to read the damn scene description. An exquisitely decorated corner suite befitting an executive vice president of Trans-Allied Insurance. At the moment, Lomax, looking fit and trim in his raw silk suit and also with that giant-ass orange tan, is on the phone when his secretary shows Richard and Larry into the office.
No, I only want the Maserati if it comes in that jet black. So if you can't get that, I'll do business with another dealer. So paint the fucking thing. It's as simple as that.
You sound so much like my dad. It's so annoying. Anyway, Lomax waves the guys in and indicates that they should sit in the chairs facing his huge desk. Richard puts his attaché case on his lap.
You see how easy it is to do business with me? No trade, strictly cash. Okay, bye.
Lomax hangs up the phone and turns his attention to Richard and Larry. He smiles at them.
Gentlemen, what have you got for me?
well, sir.
Before Richard can get another word out of his mouth, Lomax gets up, crosses to the door to his private bathroom, opens it, gets in, walks in, closes the door behind him. Richard and Larry exchange a look and shrug. Larry takes the moment to browse through some papers on Lomax's desk. Then the door opens and Lomax returns to his desk, and then he smiles again.
What were you saying?
Richard opens his attaché case and takes out the printout pages.
As you may or may not know, Mr. Lomax, Larry and I have been updating the accounts on the computer system.
Is that right?
Yes, sir. Big job.
We've come across something that we feel you should know about.
Richard hands the printout sheets to Lomax.
I worked very hard on this, sir. Every weekend.
Lomax smiles again at Larry as he opens up the printout sheets. Lomax gets some tar stuck on his hand. Lomax is calm as he leafs through the pages. His eyebrows may rise for a second or two, but that's about it. Lomax studies the printouts carefully before speaking.
These figures are accurate?
Yes, sir, Mr. Lomax.
Positive.
Please, call me Bernie. My father is Mr. Lomax.
The remark serves its purpose of putting the guys at ease. Larry's starting to feel pretty good about things. He almost puts his feet up on the desk, then catches himself.
Okay. Oh, Bernie, it's all there in black and white.
We both worked on this one, Burn.
Excuse me. Larry's already getting chummy. Lomax sends a warm smile wafting towards Larry.
E. Bernie.
Bernie.
Bernie notices that Larry also has some papers.
Can I see those, please?
Oh, sure, Bernie.
He hands Lomax a pile of papers. The pages are covered with blotches of sticky tar. Lomax handles the pages gingerly by the corners. Richard throws Larry a look. Lomax reaches into his breast pocket and takes out a pair of gold-framed glasses. He slips them on.
Well, something has to go. I'm glad it's only my vision.
He winks knowingly at the guys. They are pleased to be in his presence. Lomax peruses the printouts. He takes his time with it, then...
No, you're wrong. You made a mistake here. There are multiple checks because there were several policies written. You forgot to take into consideration that it's quite common, especially when using a fluctuating cost of living index, to combine a packaging containing both the short-term and straight life policies in an overall individual portfolio.
Gee, I didn't know that.
That's why I get the big bucks.
That was your part, wasn't it, Rich?
Rich has an answer.
That's true, Bernie. But if you look on the back page where the policy indexes are, you'll find that the dates on the remaining policies show that they were issued after the beneficiary died.
Lomax reacts hardly at all to this information. He slips the glasses back on and turns to the last page of the printouts. After a moment, he puts down the papers and removes the glasses. He smiles at Richard.
You're absolutely correct. Good work.
Thank you, Bernie.
I hate to say this, but it appears someone is trying to defraud the company.
Yep, someone tried to smoke it past the wrong guy.
No smoking. How long have you fellows been here?
19 months in a week.
I'm not sure. Was I here when you started?
No, you started after me.
Anyway, I think there's a future here for a couple of bright fellows like yourselves. You know, I'd like to go over these numbers again with you. Make sure you've gotten everything. Only trouble is, if someone is trying to smoke it past the wrong guy, I'd like to keep it confidential. I don't want to wave any red flags as of yet.
We wouldn't mind working late or even the weekend.
Say, you know, the weekend would be good. Gives plenty of time. But it's Labor Day. I have an idea. How would you fellas like to cut by my house at the beach?
Us?
Me?
Hampton Island. You ever been there?
No.
Isn't that where the rich and famous go?
Hey, you got it. You'll enjoy it. And when we're not working, there's lots of parties to go to.
We'll be there. Love to.
Good. Then it's settled. I'll have my secretary write down the directions and the ferry schedule.
The ferry?
It's the only way you can get there unless you have a boat.
No, it's never even been on. I've never even been on a boat unless you count the Staten Island ferry. My parents took me once on my 6th birthday.
Rich.
Look, you'll come out Friday night and spend the weekend. I'll even give you a ride back to the city on Monday.
We don't know what to say.
You don't have to say anything. If you've uncovered what I think you've uncovered, I owe you a great deal.
I'd like to unmute myself. Whoops. Cool. Great. They both look properly abashed. Lomax comes out from behind the desk and ushers them to the door. He opens it, shakes their hands, and gives them a pat on the shoulder as they exit. Interior Trans-Allied Insurance Offices Day. As Richard and Larry head down the hallway toward their own office, the smiles on their faces say it all.
The guy loves us.
You have to kill him, Vito.
Camera pulls back to reveal Lomax Inn. Interior, a trendy, upscale, yuppie restaurant. Camera pans the restaurant, which is filled with New York's upwardly mobile types. Stockbrokers barely out of business school. Ew, fide douches. Hip art directors from Madison Avenue's flashy agencies. Male and female models all dressed in expensive clothes and dining on even more expensive food, which they barely eat. The latest Nouvelle cuisine, consisting of the tiniest portions arranged on small or large plates. Come on. All right. Camera finds Lomax seated at a table with several beautifully dressed people. No, we're not doing that. That's a bat. Cool. Great. We're having that today. All right. Blah, blah, blah. They are eating with their perfect manners and they drink fine wines and they sip Perrier with lime. They are Vito Marabito and his girlfriend Tina, a hot number who likes to live on the edge. She consumes a full bottle of wine. Yeah, girl, get it. Glass by glass during the scene. At the moment, she is playing footsie with Lomax under the table, Polly, the Iceman Haywood, and Marty Cohen, a graduate of the Yale Business School, wearing a Phi Beta Kappa pin and school tie. Everyone seems to be enjoying the food except Bernie, whose plate is untouched. The word kill doesn't sit well at this particular party. Vito puts down his fork and daintily wipes his lips with a napkin before speaking.
Look at somebody. It was the old man. The investments, real those parking lots. We're not in the business of eliminating people anymore. We're in the business of business.
Vito takes a bite of salad and then he makes a face.
Can I ask you for walnut dressing?
Eric.
Hey, hold on. Yep, I'm. Can I ask?
Yes.
Taste this.
Oh, you're right, Vito. They gave you the raspberry vinegar by mistake.
Who cares about the salad dressing? There's a problem here.
Vito gives Lomax a look of irritation.
Eating
I swear to God, Vito.
These problems while I'm eating interferes with my digestion. I burn it. No?
No, Jen.
What do you think, Marty? You're the college man, yo.
Yeah, sure. They're onto the scam, Bernie. Or I'm sorry, you sure they're onto the scam, Bernie?
Yes. And they're the only possible link to me. Once they're out of the way, it's business as usual.
How would you want to handle it?
I've invited them out to my beach house for the weekend. I thought they could have a swimming or a boating accident.
Either is very possible if I remember how.
The Iceman chuckles mirthlessly.
Wait, I have a better idea. Make it a murder-suicide. I'll plant some money and make a note. Those guys can take the rap.
Vito and Marty look over at the Iceman. He nods, almost imperceptibly.
I like it. It's creative.
All right.
Look, I don't want to be around when they get it. I want to be back in New York with the perfect alibi. So come by after 6 on Friday.
Mine.
Dessert? They do a wonderful creme brulee.
No, I have to be going.
How do you pronounce creme brulee right, but like not entrance or whatever? Anyway, Tina doesn't like the sound of that. She pouts. Lomax gets up from the table and leaves. Tina watches him for a moment. Then
I'm gonna cut my nose.
all right. She gives Vito a smooch and then hurries off. Vito gives Marty a signal. Marty gets up and follows her.
And you guys take care of Lomax. He's getting too careless and too greedy. But he's fucking.
Exterior, trendy, upscale, yuppie restaurant. Night. Tina has cornered Lomax.
But you said we were going to spend the weekend at the beach.
Yeah, things have changed, Tina.
But I told Vito I had to go visit my mother. I have to see you, Bernie.
Look, I'll be back at my apartment by 9 o'clock Friday. Use the key.
Okay.
Well, I'm assuming you were talking about the drugs, Tina. Anyway, Lomax nods and heads across the street. Tina heads back into the restaurant. She never notices that Marty has been observing the entire scene from the front window of the restaurant. Gasp! Plot twist. Exterior, Hunan night? Oh, cool. A small storefront Chinese Jewish deli on the west side with good food for people on limited budgets. Dead. Camera finds Richard and Gwen coming out of the restaurant. Richard is carrying a small doggy bag.
I bet you've never had sweet and sour matzo balls before.
Right about that.
You like the restaurant?
What I liked most was that you didn't try to impress me by taking me to some fancy place. I don't like people who pretend to be something they're not.
I agree. Relationships shouldn't start out with people lying to each other.
Whoop, new angle. A city panhandler approaches Richard, holding out an empty paper cup.
Got a quarter? I'm hungry.
At least it wasn't showtime, yo. Gwen and Richard exchange a look. Poor guy. Richard hands him the bag of food.
Use some brisket chow mein.
You're kidding.
No, try it. It's very good.
No, panhandler, don't do it. The panhandler takes the bag from Richard. Throw it back at him. He opens it up and looks inside as Richard and Gwen continue down the street.
Hey, there's no chopsticks.
Oh man, I love this panhandler. Anyway, Richard can't believe the gall of this guy. I can, and I love it. He shrugs and keeps walking with Gwen. They laugh over the situation.
It's too bad you have to leave tomorrow. Any chance you'll change your mind?
I couldn't even if I wanted to. Fall classes start next Wednesday, and I'm spending Labor Day weekend with my folks before I fly back to Los Angeles.
Oh, do your parents live in town?
No, they've got a summer place. I've hardly seen them at all.
A garbage truck lumbers towards the couple. Workers unloading trash from the garbage cans into the truck make a tremendous racket. Richard and Gwen have to yell at each other to be heard above the engine noise.
It's too bad we wouldn't go someplace a little more quiet.
I'd ask you over, but I've got 5 roommates, and they're all home doing their hair.
5? With a lot of hair? How many rooms?
2 bedrooms, and the rent is outrageous. But it was either that or living with my folks, and I didn't think that was such a good idea.
I don't blame you. Who wants to live with their parents? I have my own place.
Any roommates?
Me? No.
Richard assumes this is a safe lie until Gwen surprises him with...
Well, why don't we go to your place? Or is there some reason you don't want to, like, a living girlfriend or something?
Gwen is sort of kidding on that level. She likes him, and she might as well find out. Richard swallows hard. That's what she said.
No, nothing like that.
He has a tough decision to make. The smart thing would be to say no, but he can't pass up the chance to spend some time with Gwen.
Well...
Oh, no, my place is fine.
The look on his face tells us this isn't so. Interior Richard's apartment, night. Oh no. A small lamp burns in the living room. Otherwise, the place is dark and quiet. We hear a key turn in the lock, and the door opens very slowly as Richard sticks his head inside, his expression telling us he isn't sure what he might find. Richard steps into the room very quietly and signals for Gwen to follow. Richard doesn't realize he's walking on tiptoe until Gwen mentions it.
Why are you tiptoeing?
Oh, because the people downstairs are very light sleepers. They really get angry when I make any noise.
Gwen looks puzzled. Richard closes the door as quietly as possible.
Why are you whispering?
Am I?
Yes.
Oh, thin walls. Make yourself at home. I'll be right back.
Okay, woo, new angle. Richard goes into the kitchen and pours 2 glasses of Perrier. Really, Richard? You live with 5 roommates, you live with your parents, but you have Perrier in your fucking fridge? Come on. Anyway, serving one to Gwen in the living room. Bougie. Gwen crosses to the sofa and has a seat as Richard exits the room, heading down a hallway to the bedroom. Camera follows Richard as he walks stealthily down the hallway, past an open bedroom door, to a second bedroom door, which is closed at the moment, his parents'. Richard puts his ear to his parents' bedroom door. He hears nothing. This makes him feel better. He turns around and heads back to the living room, closing the hallway door as he passes through. Things seem to be pretty much under control. He sits down on the sofa next to Gwen.
This is great. Very hip. All 1960s style.
Yeah.
Did you do it yourself or did you use a decorator?
I use a decorator in the family.
Gee, this is a great apartment. It must be expensive.
Yeah, well, I have some investments. My parents were well off.
It's called rent control, Richard. Anyway, Gwen reacts to the news that Richard's parents are no longer alive.
They passed away.
Yes.
They must have been young.
Yes, train accident. They like to travel by train.
Oh my God. Okay, Richard is digging a deeper and deeper hole. Yeah, dude. But for some reason, Gwen's sympathy appeals to him. She touches his hand warmly. What are you
I'm
doing?
so sorry. How awful for you.
There is a held up moment then.
I always thought trains were so much safer than planes.
Actually, a plane fell on the train.
This remark makes Gwen react with wide eyed shock.
How terrible.
There's another held up moment as they stare into each other's eyes. Richard is too shy to make the first move, which Gwen senses. She leans towards him and plants a kiss on his lips. Richard responds, his eyes closed for the moment. New angle. Jack Parker, Richard's dad, dressed in his undershorts, opens the door to the hallway and steps into the living room on his way to the kitchen. He belches, "Blah," which causes Gwen to open her eyes and catch a glimpse of him. She stifles a scream as she breaks off the kiss. Richard is lost in the moment, waiting for more kissing. Gwen's panic brings him around.
What?
There's a burglar in his underwear in your apartment.
What?
There's a burglar in his underwear in your kitchen.
Oh shit. Well, Gwen pulls Richard into her, clutching onto him in fear. Oh my gosh. Richard struggles, craning his neck to look into the kitchen. He sees his father fixing himself a bromo.
Oh, him? That's not a burglar.
But who is it?
That's the butler?
You have a butler?
Yeah.
Oh my god. New angle. Jack finishes his bromo and heads back across the living room towards the hallway. He notices Gwen and Richard for the first time, but does nothing to cover himself up.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't know you had company.
Richard has to go through with his bluff.
That's all right, Monroe. Just lay out my suit for the morning.
How about if I lay you out?
Get him. Jack disappears down the hallway. Gwen's mouth is agape. Helen, Richard's mother, hair in rollers and wearing a robe, is the next one to come into the living room and head for the kitchen. She sees Richard and Gwen, stops, her face turning red.
Well, I'm Helen. I didn't come in. Hello, I'm Richie's mother.
Well, Helen, Richard is looking for a hole to jump into, and Gwen is slightly confused.
I'm sorry. Mother? Weren't you killed in a plane train wreck?
No, but I was mugged once on the subway.
You had to do that, didn't you? All right, Gwen turns to Richard with a look of anger.
I can explain.
Don't bother.
Gwen gets up and storms out of the apartment.
Did I say something wrong?
Yes.
Yes. Cut to Interior Grand Central Station. Close up on the track gate sign. It reads 507 Express to Montauk, Sayville, Islip, and the Hamptons. Jesus. We hear the trains being announced over the PA system. We cut back to find ourselves at the gates leading to the trains. The station is packed with commuters and weekenders heading for the beaches on Long Island.
Oh, attention. The 507 to Montauk stops to Massapequa, Bayshore, Sayville, Islip, and the Hamptons is now boarding on track 23.
New angle on Richard and Larry. Larry has gotten himself a spiffy new blazer and a yachting cap for the weekend. Richard seems very depressed as they fight their way through the crowds towards the loading gate and the waiting train for Montauk. Both carry weekend bags. There is an air of excitement as people start to get into the partying mood for the long Labor Day weekend. Larry can't help but notice the many gorgeous young women carrying tote bags on the train. It's a genuine party atmosphere.
Come on, hurry up. If we miss this, we'll miss the ferry.
He points out the gate to Richard, who is dragging behind looking like he lost his last friend.
Larry, I've changed my mind. I'm not going.
Yeah, right. Come on, move it.
I'm serious, Larry. I don't feel like going.
Rich, did you notice how people in the office have been looking at us with respect for the last couple of days?
I hadn't noticed.
Well, I have. And do you want to know why? Because they all know Bernie's invited us to spend the weekend at his beach house. This is a significant change in our status around here. We finally have a chance to get off the treadmill to nowhere at the company.
You don't understand, Larry. I'm depressed.
Fine, be depressed at the beach. It's just what you need, a change of scenery.
Well, you go without me.
Okay, Richard, fine. But remember, Lomax expects to go over those papers this weekend, and I don't know a fucking thing about them. You want me to look bad? Stay home. I can always find another job. Maybe.
Larry is getting to Richard.
Oh, I forgot about that. You're right. All right, I'll go, but I'm not going to have any fun.
Fine. Now hurry up.
They head down to the entry gate and disappear into the crowd. Exterior Ocean and Hampton Park Island Day. Of course they go to the fucking Hamptons. An idyllic summer playground for the rich and famous. An island accessible only by ferry boat or some other kind of private boat with a collection of homes dotting the island. A small harbor with shops and restaurants form a cozy marina. It's obviously a friendly little island for those who can afford it. Again, Hamptons. Helicopter shot. Not that you need to know that, but anyway, we move in on a speeding ski boat, flat out and churning a high-speed wake out of white foam behind it. I just added the words. It's fine. We continue to close in on it until we see Lomax at the wheel. As he passes us, we see his high-tech speedboat, complete with skis, ski vests, hydroslide, rope, etc. Oh my God, it's below deck, Mediterranean. Until he passes, we read premium painted on the back. Oh, douche. Bernie smiles as he pushes the throttle forward, cuts across a wake, and his boat leaps out of the water as he passes the much slower moving ferry boat loaded with weekend partygoers. As the ferry heads towards the public marina, Bernie cuts off towards the private backwaterway, and I can't read this because I have zoomed out too far. Anyway, that leads to the inner marina that harbors the privately owned boats. After he enters this waterway, we start to see a wide variety of water sports, jet skis, wet bikes, blah, blah, blah. Water skiers slide by, waving at Bernie. One skier sails off a jump and lands near Bernie's speeding boat, giving a hi-ya like it's Miss Piggy kind of wave as he cuts back, sending a rooster tail wall of water towards Bernie as he does. Bernie sees two fishermen in a small boat just ahead and slices his boat just in the right way to send his rooster tail of water at them, drenching them like sitting ducks. Bernie laughs as they scream, "Doggone you, Bernie!" Small boats, 50 to 75-foot pleasure boats, pass and then turn and wave as they see Bernie's boat go by. They all seem to know and enjoy this party, the good time party guy we call Lomax. New angle. Lomax! He is docking the boat and he ties it up. He walks along the dock and passing by the restaurant, bar, dance hall. Wow, all right, come on, concept. John Tapper, really? You want to fucking go through this shit? Anyway, some other islanders are already seated at the umbrellaed tables, which sit outside the cafe and overlook the harbor activity. A few of the islanders wave good-naturedly to Lomax and exchange some small talk. Blech.
The cocktail flag is up, Bernie.
Yeah, maybe later.
Yeah, well, cocktail flag is always up. Anyway, featuring a parking area not far from the restaurants and shops where the island. Oh my God. Hold on, wait. Jen's going to take a sip of water before she goes through this entire monologue. Ah. Featuring a parking area not far from the restaurants and shops where the island residents leave their golf carts, the only mode of transportation allowed on the island when they're shopping or coming and going on the ferry. Lomax gets in one of the carts and drives off in the direction of his house. Exterior ferry dock. Day. The ferry toots its horn, toot toot, as it pulls into the docking area and ties up. A flood of passengers arriving for the weekend step off the ferry. They are all in a great mood and have started partying on the ride over. One of the passengers getting off the boat is the Iceman. Exterior Lomax's beach house. Day, situated on the top of a dune overlooking the ocean, is a magnificent architectural home which is built on stilts to take advantage of the view. A deck surrounds the house and a pool. Lomax drives up in the golf cart. A gardener is on the deck tending to the many trees and potted plants in various places. Lomax waves to the gardener. The gardener waves back. New angle as Lomax climbs out of the cart. He sees something under his house, which causes him to become angry. Shot from his POV, a bearded beach bum, dressed in torn-off pants and a dirty shirt, has made himself a little nest under the house. Back to the shot. Lomax gets out of the cart and starts screaming at the bum.
Hey, you!
The bum moves quickly. He picks up a canvas sack containing everything he owns and scrambles out from under the house. Lomax chases him a little ways down the beach.
I'm warning you for the last time. Don't let me catch you back here.
Lomax might chase the bum even further if he didn't hear the phone ringing. He gives up the chase and goes up the steps leading to the front door. By the time he gets his key in the lock and opens the door, the answering machine has picked up the call. Interior, Lomax's beach house. Day. We hear Lomax's voice on the machine. Through a window, we see the gardener pack up and exit.
You can leave a message, and I'll get back to you.
The machine beeps just as Lomax comes into the frame and grabs for the phone. Insert the answering machine as the recording message light goes on.
Hello?
Exterior payphone on the dock. Day. The Iceman is in the booth.
Lomax, it's Polly.
But you're early.
Where's your house?
It's on the point, top of the dune. But those two schmucks won't get here before 6.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, just don't kill them until I'm gone, understand?
Lomax sees the bum coming back towards his house. He quickly hangs up the phone and rushes out on the deck. The message recorded light blinks. Exterior ferry dock, mainland side. Day. The ferry is a couple of yards away from the dock. Horns tooting, toot toot, engines whirring, smokestacks belching smoke. It is filled both top and bottom with passengers. That's what she said. Racing towards the dock from about 50 yards away come Richard and Larry, both holding their bags. They see the ferry boat and panic.
It's leaving. I told you we should have taken a cab from the station.
They run even faster.
There'll be another boat.
Yeah, we'll miss the party. Come on, we can still make it.
They run under the dock and scream for the ferry to wait for them.
Hold the boat! Hey, wait for us!
Oh, forget it, Lair.
Come on, we can do it.
You're welcome. Toot toot beep beep. Anyway, Larry races down the dock and leaps over the turnstile. Richard is right behind him. They run to the end of the dock and take a giant leap off the dock and land on the ferry, just like the Titanic. Are you going to regret this decision? Probably. I'm just going to guess. I haven't seen this movie, but maybe we're guessing. Anyway, falling to their knees in a heap as they do so. Ow, your knees. The passengers look to them like they are nuts. Yep. But both are too busy congratulating themselves to notice.
Ha! We made it!
Exterior ferry boat. Day. They help each other up and take a deep sigh of relief. Don't do it. It's only now that they realize that the ferry is docking, not leaving.
It isn't leaving, Lair. It's docking.
Oh, good, we're early.
They feel like utter fools as the passengers file off the boat. Dum-dums. Interior Lomax house. Study. Day. Lomax is standing in front of a wall safe which is open. He is now transferring a large amount of cash into an attaché case. Lomax closes the safe and then sets the attaché case on the desk. A typewriter is on the desk. He sits down and inserts a piece of paper into the carriage and begins to type. Exterior ferry. Day. Montage of Richard and Larry on the ferry boat as it crosses the island. More reggae music as various cuts show the people in the party mood on the ferry. Even Richard seems to be enjoying himself. Interior Lomax's study. Day. Lomax? Really? Lomax finishes typing and pulls out the sheet of paper. He quickly reads it. Seems satisfied. then puts the note into the attache case with the money and closes it. He looks up and is startled to find the Iceman standing a few feet away.
And then you come in.
I know. I'm real good at that.
I told you the guys weren't here yet.
The Iceman mumbles something in response. Lomax can't hear him. Lomax leans across the desk.
What?
The Iceman mumbles again. Lomax leans in even closer. When he's close enough, the Iceman jabs Lomax in the neck with a syringe.
I said, Vito sent you a little present.
Oh shit! It takes effect quickly. Lomax slumps back into his chair. Then the Iceman places the syringe and a bag of cocaine in Lomax's shirt pocket. Oh, the nose candy got him in the end. Boop! Exterior dock at Island Day. The ferry is docking and camera finds Richard and Larry among the boatload of passengers now getting off. Oh my god. Larry it takes in the spectacular scene, the harbor, the marina, the shops, and all enhanced by the colorful sky caused by the setting sun. It really is magic, and Larry is feeling its pull. They walk down the deck towards the dock, towards the commercial area.
I don't see Mr. Lomax, do you?
He said it's the last house on the point. How hard can it be to find it?
I'm sorry. I love this chat. Anyway, the Iceman passes them and going in the opposite direction towards the ferry where he is going to catch which he is going to catch back towards the mainland. Exterior Island Day. Richard and Larry proceed along a boardwalk past a beautiful house. Exterior Lomax House Day. A wide shot of a magnificently modern house along a wooden boardwalk leading up to it. Richard and Larry are awestruck and walk slowly towards its entrance.
Should we go in?
No, we'll not here all weekend. Come on, we're house guests.
Larry opens the door and walks in. Richard follows. Interior Lomax House Day. The guys enter, set down their bags, and take a moment to view this wonderful place. They cross the living room and look through the glass doors at the vista. Richard is transfixed by the beautiful color of the sea and the sky. It's a holy moment.
Wow. Look at this. This is inspiring.
I'm home. This is where I belong.
Richard is still more impressed with the view.
This is unbelievable. Beautiful.
Admit it. You're glad you came now, right?
I admit it.
We've got 3 days of this ahead of us.
Oh, yeah. This is something.
I'd say a place like this goes for $1.6 million, $1.7 million, unfurnished.
Richard walks through the living room towards the kitchen, stopping to admire a piece of art.
Oh my god, that's Jasper Johns!
What? What is?
Not the sofa, that painting. It's original.
Yeah, of course it is.
See, Larry? All this could be yours if you'd work hard.
My old man worked hard. All they did was give him more work.
Oof. Larry notices the pool and walks out on the deck, followed by Richard, sorry, bro, totally fucked up your name. Exterior Lomax's House Day. They cross a porch, and Larry sticks his hand in the pool.
Oh my god, he's got a pool! He's got a fucking pool at the beach, and it's heated. Oh, I love this man.
Bernie! Bernie!
They hear someone calling and go back through the glass doors into the house. Interior Lomax's House Day. Larry is stopped dead and is staring at one of the most perfect bodies he's ever seen, stuffed into a tiny bikini coming in the front door. Yes, girl, get it. Her name is Tawny, and she is the most blonde and gorgeous, damn it. Richard looks and gulps as Tawny prances in, breast jiggling.
You know a man wrote this shit. Hi!
Hi!
Bernie around.
We haven't seen him, but we just got here. We're here all weekend, though. We're his house guests.
Tell him Tawny borrowed the boat to go skiing.
Yeah, well, because, you know, we need another fun waterside activity for her to breast to fucking jiggle. Damn it, Tawny knows her way around because she walks directly a key holder on the wall and removes the keys to the boat.
Tawny?
That's me.
Hi, Tawny. I'm horny. That guy with his mouth hanging open is Richard.
Hi.
How do you do?
Oh, I do fine. Okay, don't forget to tell Bernie, okay?
Sure.
You wouldn't know where he is, would you?
Oh, he's probably making the rounds. Everybody parties from house to house, but they'll all end up here sooner or later.
Richard and Larry exchange a look. This sounds great. Tawny heads for the door.
See ya.
And you didn't want to come.
All right, I was wrong. I already said so.
Larry crosses behind the bar. Interior living room bar day. Larry opens one of the many refrigerator's coolers. It is stacked with champagne and caviar.
Look at this. Nothing but champagne and caviar. This guy is my idol.
Larry takes out a bottle and pops the cork. Richard enters.
Gee, do you think you should open that?
Would you stop worrying? We're guests. You want some?
No, thanks. Wonder where our host is.
You heard Tawny. He's out partying. Come on, let's check out the rest of this joint.
They exit interior Bernie's living room workout study day. Larry is drinking from the bottle. I like your style, Larry. Camera follows Richard and Larry as they explore the rest of the house. Richard is stopped to look in the study. He sees Bernie in the chair behind his desk, collapsed over the desk.
Mr. Lomax? Bernie?
Richard remains in the doorway. Larry comes up behind him and sees Bernie splayed out over the desk.
Jesus, it's not even 7 o'clock. The guy's out of his skull already.
They enter the study. Interior study day. Larry walks up to Bernie and pats him a few times on the cheek.
Huh. Guess he works hard and parties hard.
Oh, Bernie, wake up.
The pats turn into harder slaps if Bernie still doesn't move.
Is he napping?
Well, give me a hand. We'll walk him around.
They grab Lomax by the arms and haul him to his feet. I'm dying, Logan. I can't even look at you. They drape his arms over their shoulders and take a few steps with him.
What a load.
Doesn't seem to be working.
Oh, come on, Bernie. Move those little feet. Let's go.
They walk with him out of the study and into the living room. The camera follows, and now it's our...
Put him down. I can't hold him.
They manage to just get Bernie back to the sofa before he falls out of their grip and lands headfirst on the sofa with his rear end sticking up in the air. They roll Bernie over and situate him into a seated position. Bernie's hand falls slack in Harry's lap.
Get your hand off me, Bernie. I'll make him some coffee.
He heads for the kitchen. Rich straightens Bernie's clothing and notices that his inside jacket contains a syringe and a bag of cocaine. Richard looks from the syringe to Bernie, to the syringe to Bernie, and then back and forth yet again. His suspicions are forming on his face.
Blair? Come back here.
What?
Look at this.
He shows Larry the syringe and the coke.
Hey, is Instant okay? Jeez, I never knew he was into the drug scene.
Larry takes a small bag of coke and examines it. Meanwhile, Richard is taking Lomax's pulse. Larry opens the bag of coke with a curious expression.
I never did this. I wonder what people got out of it.
You know, they get a high out of it. You know, that's the whole thing. He sticks his nose in the bag and inhales. Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, no. Half the contents of the bag disappear up his nose. His eyes cross as he gets the rush. No.
Oh, my nose is on fire.
Oh, no. It's like he just, no, I can't. Oh, my God. Larry staggers around the room, pounding on the walls. He shakes his head violently, trying to clear his brain.
Larry? Mr. Lomax is dead.
Larry is starting to feel the effects of the bump he just snorted.
Oh, I can't feel my nose. I can't feel anything.
Larry, he's dead. Understand? Not breathing. Kaput. Expired. History. Gone. Deceased.
What's the matter with him?
He's dead.
Larry crosses to Richard, who is backing away from the body. They both look at each other for a held-up moment. Then Larry is becoming very hyped from the coke. It affects his thinking and, oh my God, his behavior.
What? What kind of a host invites you to his house for the weekend and dies on you?
Obviously, the poor guy had a big drug problem. Why? Why? I don't understand it. The man had everything. Why would he do this? This is tragic.
I'll tell you what's tragic. That son of a bitch has ruined my weekend.
You're unbelievable, Larry. Can't you think about anything but yourself? Have some sympathy.
Why couldn't he wait until Monday to kill himself?
We have to call the police.
Larry picks up one of the sofa pillows and smacks Lomax with it.
I hate this guy.
Logan, I can't with you. Richard crosses back to Larry and yanks the pillow out of his hands.
You stop it. You don't hit dead people with a pillow.
How am I gonna get back to New York? You promised me a ride.
Get off. Really, who cares about a ride? We're talking about death here.
Richard goes again for the telephone and finds it with the answering machine. Richard picks up the phone and hesitates for a second. It's a complicated piece of machinery with lots of buttons.
How do I get a dial tone?
Much to Richard and Larry's surprise, a party man dressed in casual elegance, aka Hawaiian shirt, walks in the front door with a martini glass in hand. Yeah, buddy, get him. He's probably had at least a few. Yep. Cheers, my dude. We see other people heading from the beach towards Lomax's house. The party man sees Bernie on the sofa and crosses immediately to him.
Bernie! It's party time! Get off your ass!
I love you, party man. Party man kisses Bernie on the head perfunctorily. All right. And then heads for the bar. Richard and Larry watch all of this with wide eyes.
Never mind. I'll help myself. You could use a little sun. Oh, hello.
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 You party guy. A much larger group of this floating party now bursts in the door, creating a cacophony of conversations. They are all pretty much wrapped up in themselves and their own pleasures and only pay the mildest of attention to Bernie. Some stay in the living room while others drift out to the pool and the decks. They're all dressed with casual, expensive elegance. See, Travis, that's how you fucking do a syllable. Anyway, if they acknowledge Larry or Richard at all, it's with a perfunctory nod of hello. The point of this scene is to show that none of these fine folks seem to care if Bernie's alive or dead, but rather, what can he do for them besides throwing his usual open house? Oh my God, poor Bernie, he's Gatsby.
But Harvey, you promised me a review on the front page of the Times Sunday book section. Harvey? I'm gonna be Harvey.
I mean, I'll be Harvey if you want. I know, Alice, but they won't bend on it. They said there's not enough interest in the subject matter.
What is the book about?
Oh, Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson and whether they were homosexuals and possibly married.
Well, I'd be interested in that.
I would too, damn. All right. A muscular workout instructor, oh God, Tony, wearing shorts and a tight t-shirt with the logo Torsos by Tony, comes up behind Bernie and slaps his hand over Bernie's shoulder.
I'll have to move your workout to late tomorrow afternoon, B. Eyes is made. It's over for the weekend. Give her your regular time.
Tony massages Bernie's shoulders and neck while he's talking.
Hey, you're really loose. This is the most relaxed I've seen you. Keep it up.
Tony moves off. I'm a little oh, got it. There we go. We're here now. All right, other guests have arrived, filling out the crowd, including a female model type with a butch lover. Wow, all right. Who is dressed like a man. Problematic. Piano player has made himself at home at a piano, and he's going through his repertoire. A tennis pro sidles up to Bernie.
So, have you thought about my offer for your old Porsche?
You said it right. I'm so proud of you. Naturally, there's no answer from Bernie. His head rolls from side to side, bumped by partygoers. The tennis pro takes his silence as a negotiating ploy. God, Logan, I love you.
30,000's a fair offer, Bern. Think about it. I'm gonna get myself a drink, maybe a mojito.
Yeah, well, Jen's not making it, I can tell you that. The tennis pro walks away to give Bernie time to mull the offer over. On Richard and Larry watching the scene with amazement. They are entranced with some of the guests.
Does anyone realize he's dead?
Nobody cares.
Hey, isn't that?
Yeah.
Isn't that?
It is.
I've got all of his books.
That's the guy from the beer commercial. What's his name?
Richard turns back to the phone, dialing an operator.
Operator, will you put me in touch with the police on the island? There's no police on the island. Okay, put me through to the mainland cops.
Richard is still holding the phone in his hand. Larry takes it from him and hangs it up. Larry walks Richard away from the phone. He is still wired from the coke that he accidentally snorted, which may account for his next suggestion.
Now, Rich, I know what I'm going to say is going to sound bad, but just hear me out.
Why is the hair on my neck starting to stand up?
Bernie's dead, right? Just listen to me. There's nothing we can do about that.
Yes, there is. We can call the police.
He takes a step towards the phone. Harry yanks him back and holds firmly onto his arm.
Now, wait a second. Suppose we do call the cops. You know where we'll be spending the weekend? In a goddamn hot police station, answering questions we don't know the answers to. Now, obviously, Bernie felt he owed us something. Some little favor for discovering those mistakes and everything. Which is why he invited us over. All I'm saying is the man invited us for the weekend. It would be almost disrespectful not to give him his last wish, so why don't we just pretend he didn't die? Until Monday.
Richard blinks back his disbelief. He looks at Larry like he's some creature from outer space. Meanwhile, or like he's Travis. Meanwhile, the party continues to swirl around them.
I don't believe I'm hearing this.
I know it sounds awful, but he'll never know the difference.
No, but I will.
He is still shaking his head over Larry's idea.
Hey, it's just for a bit.
There's a dead person on the sofa. Won't you think that's gonna throw a wet blanket over things?
I don't see why it has to.
And incidentally, you're a disgusting human being.
You didn't mean that.
Richard crosses to the phone. The tennis pros return to Bernie to continue haggling over the car.
So, okay, 40,000, but that's it. You'll be begging me.
He walks away again as Richard happens to look at the door as a new group of people join the party. He is surprised to see Gwen's pretty Visage. Yes, come on, Visage. She's chatting with a couple of other people.
Now, Richie, baby, isn't that, or is that not the girl you dreamed standing over there? And did you not tell me you were thinking about joining the Foreign Legion because you were sure you'd never see her again? Well, Bunky, she's standing 10 feet from here, and if you call the cops, I guarantee you'll never see her again.
And Richard is torn. He starts to pace, mulling the problem over in his head. He agonizes, talking to himself, and then...
All right, as soon as the party breaks up, I'm calling the cops.
Buddy.
Never mind the buddy crap. You can't just leave Bernie.
Come with me.
The crowd is building and everyone seems to be getting into their own thing, discussing business or putting the make on someone. Oh, damn. All right. Getting frisky. Gwen is being chatted up by a handsome young man dressed in the latest Brooks Brothers summer gear. Ugh. Gross. Gwen seems interested in what he's saying, but she doesn't yet notice Richard. Larry is leading Richard over to the sofa where they left Bernie. The tennis pro is back again.
45 plus free tennis lessons. Take it or leave it.
Naturally, Bernie leaves it.
I keep it, the piece of shit.
He exits. Richard and Larry sit down on either side of Bernie.
Grab him, like this.
Larry puts one of Bernie's arms around his shoulder. Richard recoils.
You want me to touch a dead person?
He was your boss.
Richard is very reluctant to touch the body. Oh, but finally he puts Bernie's arm around his shoulder.
Ready? Stand.
They both rise. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, God. All right. Bernie rises with them, but slips through their hold. Falling face first onto the floor, guests scatter and react laughing as Larry pretends it's a joke.
This guy's crazy. Come here, you knucklehead.
They walk him into the kitchen. They pass two plastic surgeons having a discussion. Camera stays on this surgeon.
I did her nose and her nose. And in fact, I did half the noses in here.
It's like half of the parties in Calabasas long. The place is packed like sardines as Larry and Richard re-enter. The piano player is into a new phase. His Bobby Short repertoire? The bar is full as everyone helps themselves to drinks. Woo. Richard and Larry elbow their way into the crowd. Mm-hmm. Uh, Richard is looking for Gwen and Larry is looking for some action. He stops next to a pretty tanned woman, and she also got her nose done too.
Hi, I'm your waiter, Larry.
She's aloof.
Fuck off, Larry.
Ha!
Okay?
Friendly man.
What do you say?
I haven't seen you around before.
Larry Wilson, Bernie's house guest.
Oh, nice to meet you. How do you know Bernie?
I'm his business associate. Bernie doesn't make a move without me.
Really?
Literally.
Where's Bernie?
He's around somewhere.
I need to talk to him. Business. I smashed up my Mercedes. I didn't sign the insurance policy, and Bernie said he'd take care of it.
Oh, sure. Backdated. I can handle it.
Oh, he told you?
Richard is only a few steps away from Gwen when she finally spots him. She looks more than a little surprised, but she doesn't give away any indication that she's interested in speaking to him. He has to force himself to get up the nerve to speak to her. He waits for an opening when the handsome guy offers to fix her a drink. And it's not a mojito, Travis. The handsome guy crosses to the bar.
Hello?
And she nods coolly and then tries to move away. And then Richard stops her.
Please, just let me apologize. I don't blame you if you don't want to talk to me, but I just wanted to tell you I'm sorry for behaving like a jerk last night. I don't know what came over me, but please forgive me.
Gwen senses his sincerity, and she did kind of like him. She relents slightly.
It was kind of funny.
What?
I said it was kind of funny. Your father in his underwear and everything.
You'll forgive me?
Oh, I didn't say that. But it was kind of funny.
She gives him a smile that says he is on his way to being forgiven.
You have to admit you were acting kind of weird.
I know, but believe me, I'm not like that. That's not me at all. I'm very normal. Joe normal, trust me.
By the way, how was your aunt feeling?
Who?
Your aunt?
Richard thinks a moment before answering. It's time to put this to rest.
Afraid she passed away. It's for the best. I thought you said you were going to visit your parents.
I did. I am. They have a summer home here.
The handsome guy is at the bar about to prepare a couple of drinks. He picks up a glass and takes the top off the ice bucket, searching for a couple of cubes. The ice bucket is empty.
No ice?
I'll get some.
Can't even say the word "I'll" right. All right, I still love you, Travis. Richard overhears this. The handsome guy heads towards the kitchen. Richard screams.
Stop!
The entire party, including the piano player, comes to a standstill and turns to look at the maniac who yelled "Stop!" at the top of his lungs. Gwen looks at Richard like he's nuts.
Something
Yes.
wrong?
Yes. No, I mean, I'll get the ice. I like to do that. It makes me feel useful.
Same. This last line he says to Gwen, who is totally perplexed by this strange behavior. Richard, a sick smile on his face, takes the ice bucket from the handsome guy and heads into the kitchen.
I'll be back. Don't go away, please.
Camera follows Richard into the kitchen. The party gets back to normal, but there is a little buzz about Richard's behavior. Interior kitchen? Yep, that's a word, Jen. Almost night. Richard is trying not to hyperventilate when Larry comes in after him.
What is it with you?
The guy was... He was going to get some ice cubes.
So?
So?
Richard pulls open the refrigerator door, and there's Bernie. Now we know what they did with him.
Okay. You did the right thing.
Suppose I didn't. Suppose he came in here and opened the refrigerator. Don't you think he might just be a little bit curious? We're talking about a human popsicle here.
Okay, here's what we do. We move Bernie someplace else.
No, Bernie, you should literally always go into the walk-in when you're having a bad day or you're dead. Anyway, they support him between them and exit through the kitchen door that leads to the deck outside. Exterior Lomax's house, night. Richard and Larry carry Bernie out onto the deck. There are people standing around on the deck, so they head for a deserted corner. The tennis pro makes a final offer.
Bernie, I'm begging you, please. Oh God, I gotta have that car. 50,000. Please take it.
Bernie's head falls to his chest. The tennis pro takes it as a yes.
Thanks. Oh my God, I'll get you a check tomorrow.
The guys, staggering under the weight now, head for a deserted part of the deck. They can barely hold Bernie up, and the last few steps to the railing surrounding the deck are brutal. Bernie's sunglasses fall onto the deck. Oh no. And Richard bends to pick them up. Larry struggles with the dead weight, but he can't manage it by himself. Bernie's momentum takes him careening over Richard's back. Oh my God, from the beach. Looking up at the deck, which is about 20 feet off of the sand, as Bernie's body does a half gainer off the balcony and lands in the sand below. No! Richard and Larry both lean over the railing and stare down at Bernie's spread eagle body.
Jesus.
I give it an 8.3.
I can't go through with this, Lair. I feel like I'm Freddy on Elm Street.
Larry has spotted Gwen walking down the boardwalk stairs that lead from the house to the beach. Larry turns Richard's head so no one sees, or so he sees Gwen.
Look, Richard, there she goes.
We see Richard's resolve to call it off. Weekend.
Girl, beach, moonlight, romance. Ever seen Hit of Eternity, Rich? Go, boy, go.
Richard hesitates just a second before deciding Larry's right. It's just too good to pass up. There she goes. Richard takes off after Gwen. Exterior beach night. A sky filled with stars, a bright moon, and the surf breaking on the shore. Gwen is walking barefoot in the foamy leftovers of a receding wave. Oh, come on, romantical and shit. Richard enters frame and then runs up to Gwen.
Hi.
Gwen remains silent.
Are we allowed to talk or anything? Are we going much further? I don't have room for any more sand in my shoes. Why'd you leave the party?
I'm not comfortable with those people. They're just freeloaders looking out for themselves all the time.
I don't really know them. I just know Bernie.
Believe me, he's no better. He's just trying to buy their friendship.
You think so?
They wouldn't care if he were dead as long as he could do something for them.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Are we going any place in particular?
The lighthouse. It's got a beautiful view from up there.
Exterior lighthouse night. They arrive at the base of the structure.
I used to go up there all the time in the summers growing up.
Interior lighthouse ground floor night. Gwen and Richard enter the lighthouse and begin the long climb up.
You ever been in a lighthouse?
No, I haven't. Does anybody live up there? You know, like lighthouse keeper or anything?
No, it's all automated now.
Kind of take some of the romance out of it.
She looks at him. He's a romantic, and she likes it.
Does it?
Interior lighthouse night. The last staircase leads up to the part that houses the huge flashing beam. Richard follows Gwen up the stairs. There is a hatch-like door which opens to the lighthouse light beam mechanism. Gwen fearlessly pushes it open and climbs up.
This is beautiful.
Richard eagerly pulls himself up through the trap door. Exterior light beam room night. As Richard clambers to his feet and stands beside Gwen so he can look out at the ocean.
Be careful not to look at the light.
A blinding flash of light suddenly goes off in Richard's eyes.
Light.
What was that? I can't see. I'm blinded.
I tried to warn you that the light blinks every 7 seconds.
Blink again.
Oh my God. I'll never see again.
Okay, Richard, calm down. He starts stumbling around.
Watch out for the trap.
She would have said door, but it doesn't matter now because we've fallen through. I'm sorry. Interior lighthouse, top stairs night. Richard tumbles down the stairs to the next landing below. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to laugh at your pain. Gwen leans over the trapdoor and sees Richard laying on the stairs in a heap. But at least he's moving. Ugh. Slowly, but moving. Gwen scampers through the trapdoor and down the stairs to Richard's side.
Are you okay? Is anything broken?
I don't think so. Lots of pain, though.
Let me help you up.
She assists Richard to his feet and helps him out of the lighthouse. Exterior beach night. Richard is walking with assistance from Gwen. He could actually walk without assistance, but then he wouldn't be able to have his arm around her shoulder for support.
Gee, I'm really sorry, Richard.
That's okay. I've always wanted a limp. This has been a great date. Hope my major medical covers it.
Gwen can't help it. She starts laughing.
What?
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh, but when you fell through that trapdoor, I mean, the look on your face.
Me too, Gwen. Me too. She laughs again. Richard starts to laugh too. Makes him win. The beach bum is coming down the beach from the opposite direction.
Oh, I can't laugh. It hurts.
Beach bum stops them. He holds out his hand.
Got a buck? I'm hungry.
A buck?
It's the beach. Everything is expensive.
Oh,
I hate you. Money. Gwen smiles.
You're all sap, aren't you?
I guess so.
You want to sit down for a minute?
I don't know. The way things are going, I'm liable to break my ass.
Gwen laughs again, and she obviously finds this amusing. Me too.
You'll be all right.
Oh shit, it's my line. Okay, all right. She helps Richard sit and then plops down next to him. They look at each other and there's a held up moment. Is this where you're okay, all right. Anyway, it's a very romantic setting with the stars and the moon and the waves breaking on the shore, and Gwen is smiling at him.
I'm going to take a chance now and risk further injury. I'm going to try and kiss you.
That's cute. He leans over and kisses her. Gwen accepts it willingly. It's a short but nice kiss, sort of a test. Yeah, get it.
I may not look it, but I'm nervous.
No, you look it.
She puts him at ease by kissing him.
You're so soft. It's better than I imagined.
And now you ruined it. All right, the kiss builds in passion.
I had such a crush on you since the first day I saw you at work. I'm crazy about you. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm doing.
Doesn't have to try and get on top of her. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. They kiss again, and that's when Richard notices Bertie's body washed up on the shore by the wave. Oh god. Gwen's back is to this. The tide takes the body out again, only to be washed back in by the next wave. Oh my god.
Oh god, this can't be happening to me.
It's happening to both of us.
Oh my god. The body isn't more than 10 feet away. Richard can't take his eyes off of it.
This isn't right. Not here on the sand.
There is a giant bug on my fucking iPad. Get out of here. Please stop. I don't need it. There's dead bodies on camera. Can we not? Oh my god, where am I?
I said what?
Yeah, okay.
It's nothing, but this moment deserves better than this. It deserves candlelight and flowers and music. Come on, I'll walk you home. Where do you live?
Are you kidding me?
I'm very serious. You could catch a cold. Where's your house?
On Dune Walk.
Richard leads her away, making sure she doesn't turn around and catch a glimpse of Bernie and the dead body. Interior Lomax house night. The party's over. Larry is groping and dancing with a pretty but really chubby girl who was at the party earlier. Three guys are passed out on the sofa. Everyone else is gone. Richard rushes in and crosses to Larry.
Larry, you gotta come with me now.
Go away.
Larry, Bernie's waiting for us.
The mention of a man's name brings a look of puzzlement to the girl.
Bernie's not going anywhere.
Oh, yes, he is. He's going in and out sideways.
What?
Richard tries to pull Larry out with him. He notices the three guys passed out and reacts.
In and out, in and out. They're not. Are they?
No, they're just passed out.
Wakes him.
Everybody up! Let's go! Out! Party's over! Let's go!
Three guys rise and stumble out.
Come on, I need you.
Listen, you can't have it both ways. Make up your mind.
I'll catch you later. Where do you live?
Don't bother.
I have so many words. Anyway, she stomps off. Richard drags Larry out. Exterior Lomax's house night. Richard and Larry are lugging Bernie up the stairs to the house. He's soaked and covered with seaweed. Come on, kelp.
Well, how the hell did I know the tide came up that high?
I don't want to talk about it. Let's just leave him out on the deck. I'm not sleeping in the same house as a dead person.
Bernie, Bernie.
The guys turn to look. POV shot, the lights from golf cart head for Lomax's house. The cart is weaving wildly from side to side on the patch. In the distance, another golf cart follows.
Shit! Did you invite someone over?
No.
We can't leave him out here. They'll want to talk to him.
Let's take him upstairs. We'll say he's asleep.
They take the body into the house. The golf cart stops at the stairs leading up to Lomax's house as Tina, drunk out of her mind, climbs out and staggers up the stairs, just like Travis on a crazy day of just any day, on his cart. Interior Lomax's house, night. Tina bursts in as Richard and Larry are coming down from the stairs from the master bedroom.
Bernie.
Oh, God.
Where you son of a bitch? I got you now, you bastard two-timer. Who are you? Where's Bernie? He stood me up, and I know he's got out here fooling around with someone.
I thought you were angry and drunk, Tina. I was wrong. We're Bernie's house guests. Who are you?
I'm his woman, and I'll kill him if he's cheating on me where he's, and I don't try to cover him for him.
He's not here.
I don't believe you. I'm gonna tear this place apart.
I really need to see this actually acted out the way it's supposed to be, but I kind of love Travis's rendition.
Oh, just wait.
Larry and Richard exchange a look. She isn't kidding. Richard figures, what the hell? No.
He's in his bedroom.
Larry looks at Richard. Is he crazy?
Is that so? Well, he better be alone.
No, with that she staggers up the stairs. No,
What?
no, Tina, no.
What did you do that for?
Larry, what difference does it make? We might as well get this over with.
Yeah. Hey, let her discover the body. Very good, Richard.
Should only be so easy.
Oh my. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Exterior Lomax house. The second golf cart has parked outside. Someone lights a cigarette. Oh my God, because clearly, necrophilia is about to happen. The flame reveals Marty. He looks at his watch, takes a few puffs from the cigarette, and then gets out of the golf cart and heads towards Lomax's house, being careful not to be seen by anybody. Marty walks around to the front of the house where he can look up into Bernie's bedroom window. Exterior Lomax's bedroom night. Marty's POV. Lomax's bedroom door opens and the hall light silhouettes Tina in the doorway. We get a glimpse of Lomax in the bed, No, before Tina shuts the door, plunging the room into darkness again. Interior Lomax's living room. I knew it was going to happen, but I really don't want it to. Okay, Richard and Larry are collapsed in a couple of chairs, waiting for the expected scream from Tina once she gets to the bedroom. However, it's been a little while.
I mean, what gives? She's been in there, what, 10, 15 minutes?
I don't get it.
Y'all are going to have to forgive me. Anyway, Tina, now subdued and wearing a satisfied smile on her face, comes back into the living room. Oh my God. Tina is smoking a cigarette. I knew it was happening. Oh my God. In her hair and clothes are mussed. No! Richard and Larry exchange a bewildered look as Tina reapplies some face powder and lipstick. No. She exhales a lungful of smoke and gathers herself. Richard and Larry exchange another look.
You have a little scotch.
Sure.
Oh God, he crosses to the bar and pours Tina a drink. He brings it to her.
Everything okay in there?
Never been better.
Oh my God, no. Oh, she downs it, drinking one gulp and takes another drag on the cigarette.
How do you like that? He gets way more dead than I do alive.
He couldn't have. She couldn't have.
I get yelled at if I just lay there.
This was definitely written by a dude. Tina has collected her things and is heading for the door and home, feeling quite satisfied. Really, you had literal dead whiskey dick. Anyway, she doesn't have a word to say to Richard or Larry. She marches straight out. Exterior dock area. Night. Marty is on the payphone talking to Vito in New York. He is not observed by Tina, who is in the background, leaving on a water taxi.
You know what I'm telling you. Lomax is alive. She was just with him for at least a half an hour. In the bedroom. Better send the Iceman back out.
Interior Lomax's house. Night. Richard crosses to the sofa and collapses on it while Larry goes out to the kitchen and takes a fresh bottle of champagne out.
What a night.
Great, huh? It's not even over yet.
It is for me. I'm dead. No offense, Bernie.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm going to enjoy every second I have here. I'm going to the club.
Richard flops down on the sofa. He's worn out. Larry takes a swig of champagne.
How much champagne do you think was consumed here tonight?
So far, 20, 25 bottles?
What do you figure? $100 a bottle?
Easy.
The caviar? Another 500?
Sounds right.
And that's about $3,000 for one night's party.
What are you getting at?
Nothing. Except Bernie had a real expensive lifestyle.
Yeah.
I have to call the cops. Ugh.
Yeah, sure, don't worry about it. I'll call the cops.
Will you?
Of course.
Richard is out cold. Larry shrugs, tosses a little throw blanket over his friend. Oh, that's nice. Good job, friend. And exits. Exterior Lomax's house. Deck. Day. 10 a.m. There is activity on the beach. Swimmers, sunbathers, and a parade of girl strollers. Lol. Each one prettier than the next, wearing the latest bikinis. They walk past Bernie's house and they look up towards the deck where they see Bernie, now with his head elevated to a sitting position and a bottle of champagne clutched in one hand. Larry is playing Monopoly on the lounge chair next to him, also with a bottle in one hand and a fly swatter in the other. No! As the occasional fly lands on his face. Larry smacks it with the fly swatter. No! Larry waves Bernie's hand to the trio of girls. The girls shout to Larry as they walk by.
Great party last night, Bernie.
Your best ever. Are we doing it again tonight?
Larry manipulates Bernie's head so it nods. Yes. Exterior ferry dock, Island Day. Another boatload of people coming to the beach for the day are getting off of the ferry and heading for the ocean. Camera finds the Iceman among the passengers. He's back with a very determined look on his face. The Iceman heads for Lomax's house. Interior Lomax's house day. Richard just starts to stir on the sofa. He opens his eyes and realizes it's daylight. He pops up, wide awake, and he looks around. He sees Larry sitting on the deck with Bernie, waving at all the girls. Richard storms out onto the deck, and the camera follows. Exterior Lomax's deck day. Larry is applying some suntan oil to himself and Bernie.
What are you doing?
I'll catch you some rays.
What time is it?
11:30.
11:30. You were supposed to wake me at 6. When did you get a Rolex?
Richard flashes on the answers. He looks at Bernie's left arm, and there's a tan mark where he used to have his Rolex.
God's sake.
Well, he doesn't need it.
Did you call the cops?
That's your job.
But you... Never mind. You want something done, you have to do it yourself. We'll be lucky if we don't get arrested.
Richard goes into the house. Interior Lomax's house day. Larry calls after him from the deck.
You don't have to get pissy about it.
Richard heads for the phone and almost gets to it when there's a knock on the door. He veers from the phone and crosses to the door and yanks it open. Gwen is standing there.
Gwen!
Hi.
Richard maneuvers so that Gwen's back is now to the front deck so she can't see Larry and Bernie. Richard is caught off guard.
What are you doing here?
Gwen's face shows some confused hurt.
Aren't you the guy who talks about candlelight and flowers?
Oh, shit. Yes, I'm sorry if I was brusque, but we're having a business meeting.
Larry can see and hear perfectly from the porch. He's enjoying Richard's discomfort. What a dick.
Now?
Yes, it's the only free time Bernie has.
Gwen senses his discomfort. Richard's a lousy liar.
What's going on?
Okay, I'll tell you. I probably shouldn't, but I don't know how else to explain. Mr. Lomax, we worked for him at Trans Allied Insurance Company. Anyway, Mr. Lomax invited my friend Larry and me for the weekend, so we were looking forward and being here and all. And when we got to the house, Mr. Lomax was dead.
Okay. Richard waits for Gwen's reaction. It's not what he expected. She doesn't believe him. In the background, we see Larry shaking his head. He can't believe that Richard is telling her.
Dead? You mean like you told me your mother and father were dead, and your aunt, she's dead too, right? How come I saw Bernie with you and your friend at the party?
Okay, you don't believe me. I'm gonna prove it to you. Come on in.
Larry hears this and jumps into action. He leaps out of his chair and grabs Bernie's chaise and wheels it out of frame.
This is a waste of time.
No, it isn't.
Leads her to the porch. Holy fuck. Pull it on in, Jen. Exterior porch day. Larry wheels Bernie in the chaise over to the edge, lifts the end of the chaise, and sends Bernie cascading off the chair and over the side of the deck like a sailor being buried at sea. Exterior Lomax's house, beachside day. The Iceman has snuck up on the house and is walking in the open space between the pilings underneath the house when Lomax's body lands on its feet just in front of him. The body remains in the standing position long enough for the Iceman to pick up a shovel stored under the house and whack Lomax on his head, shattering his sunglasses. When Lomax hits the sand, the Iceman begins to bury him. Exterior deck day. Richard and Gwen come out onto the deck. Neither one sees Bernie.
Well,
Where's Bernie?
But he went to get more daiquiri mix.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
like, I don't mind being made a fool out of once, or even twice, but this is ridiculous.
She exits, shaking her head. Richard turns on Larry.
Where is he?
Larry gestures with his thumb and lifts the chair again, demonstrating how he did it.
That's it. That's enough. I'm finished. I'm calling the cops.
Interior Lomax's living room day. Richard picks up the phone, which is part of one of these new combination like phone answering machine things. Oh my God, come on. Very complicated. Oof. I'm old. He pushes a couple of buttons while Larry is looking on. Richard hits a particular button that turns on the answering machine in the middle of a message.
On the point, top of the dune. But those two schmucks won't get here before 6.
Shit, I can't turn it off.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Just don't kill him until I'm gone. Understand?
The line clicks dead. Neither Richard nor Larry are sure that they heard what they heard. They stare at each other with a puzzled expression.
Wait a second. Play that back.
Richard pushes the rewind button on the machine and then plays back the tape.
Hello?
Lomax, it's Polly.
Richard and Larry shrug. They don't know any Polly.
Well, you're early.
Where's your house?
On the point, top of the dune. But the two schmucks won't get here before 6.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Just don't kill him until I'm gone. Understand?
The line clicks dead. The wheels are spinning in both guys' heads. They both have the same bad thought.
We didn't get here before 6.
And we're two schmucks. Why would he want to kill us?
They exchange a look as a light goes on in their brains.
The insurance papers.
No wonder Lomax took them from us. He was setting us up. He's the guy who was stealing from the company. He put in the phony claims.
Larry starts to tear the room apart, searching for the papers. He's like a crazed person.
What are you doing?
I'm looking for the papers.
Well, stop. You're not helping the situation.
It's making me feel better.
Stop it.
I'm sorry, but with the exception of my mother, I've never had anyone who want to kill me before.
Richard joins in the frenzied search for the papers. Interior study day. Richard and Larry have torn the study and the desk apart. Their expressions tell us they haven't come up with anything. Larry spots the attaché case under the desk where Bernie placed it. Larry picks up the attaché, puts it on the desk, and opens it. His eyes bulge when he sees the money.
Rich!
Well, Richard stops his frantic searching and he looks over. His eyes also bug out.
Holy shit.
There has to be 100,000 here easy.
What's this?
Picks it up and reads it.
Listen to this. Richard Parker and I stole this money from the company to pay for my sex change operation. Now he tells me he loves someone else. Can't live with that, and neither will he. It's got your name on it.
What? Let me see.
Grabs a note from Richard.
That son of a bitch. It's not enough he was going to have us killed. He has to make me a drag queen, too. Why couldn't he say you were going to have the sex change operation?
Larry, it doesn't matter.
Well, it does matter. It does matter. I have a reputation to protect.
Larry, for Christ's sake, nobody is going to have a sex change operation.
Oh, yeah. Well, Jesus, we better call the cops.
There are no cops on the island. By the time they get here, we could be very dead.
You're right. We're sitting ducks on this island. Let's get out of here.
Well, what do we have to do is to get the police and not get killed doing it.
Wait a second.
You have an idea? Please say you have an intelligent idea.
I have an idea.
What?
Lomax told whoever he was talking to not to kill us if he was around.
Bernie's dead. He's not around anybody anymore.
Yeah, I know that. You know that. Nobody else knows that.
Exterior Lomax's house underneath the deck day. Richard and Larry race into frame. There is no sign of Bernie.
There's no Bernie.
Well, there has to be. I dumped him myself right here.
A nice little boy with a pail and shovel is playing in the sand underneath the house where Lomax should be. Richard and Larry exchange a look. Could it be?
You think?
It's probably Travis, and Larry shrugs.
Oh, little boy. Little boy.
The little boy, no more than 4, cranes his neck up to look at Richard and Larry.
Hello.
Little Tyke has a slight speech impediment.
You mean want to play with me?
Maybe.
I buy you in the sand.
Oh no.
Sand.
I heard you, Travis. I'm sorry. I thought I got a Nana invitation moment happening. Anyway, now they exchange another look. It looks like it could be.
Okay, you can bury me in the sand. Did you Bowie bury another man in the sand?
What?
Listen, you little fart, did you bury a man down here?
That's it. The kid doesn't like the tone of Larry's voice. He scampers away, much to the dismay of Richard.
Why'd you scare him away?
I lost my head, okay? So sue me. Look, Bernie's got to be down here somewhere.
Oh, come on.
They exit the scene. Exterior beach near Lomax's house. Day. Richard has one of those contraptions people use to locate lost money and watches at the beach. It's called a metal detector, sir. He is using it to try and locate Bernie's body underneath the sand.
Well, how deep could the kid have buried him?
Quiet, I can't hear.
Richard continues his search for the body. It's not going to work because it's a metal detector, and literally he already stole the Rolex. Anyway, he hears something in the earphones. He points in the sand.
Dig.
Oh, okay. All right, Dragonbug. Can we not do that? Larry takes a shovel full of sand and tosses it over his shoulder. He repeats the process several times until finally the shovel thunks against Lomax's body, buried under the sand.
Bingo!
Interior Lomax's house. Day. Richard and Larry have dragged Bernie back into the living room and are using a broom and a vacuum cleaner to wipe the sand off of Bernie's clothes, shoes, hair, etc. From this point on, Larry is going to stay as close to Bernie as possible. They might as well be joined at the hip.
Okay. Yeah, he looks good enough. Let's get out of here.
Uh-oh.
I don't want to hear any uh-ohs.
Larry sees Richard pointing at Bernie's hair. It's a toupee that has come undone, and it is stuck in the mouth of the vacuum cleaner nozzle.
I didn't know he wore a toupee. How do you like that? You can hardly tell.
Logan!
What are we gonna do about it? We can't take him out like this. The killer might not know it's Bernie and shoot us.
Oh my God. 2 shots go off, and I'm deceased. Richard and Larry turn white and have a heart attack. Yep, me too. They dive for cover behind the sofa, taking Bernie with them. 2 more shots go off.
So long, Larry. It's been fun, but not very.
They both are cowering, waiting on their hands and knees to be killed by whoever took shots at them. They are flabbergasted when the little boy they chased away earlier arrives behind the sofa and aims his cap gun at them and fires 2 more times.
You're mean. Ew, I shoot you.
Why, you little...
Okay, you are a little fart. Anyway, before Larry can get up, the little kid has fled. Shit.
Get him. What are we gonna do about Bernie?
They drag Bernie over to the desk and sit him in the chair. Bernie slumps forward on the desk, getting a pen in a holder stuck in his ear. Larry attempts to put the toupee back on, but it will not remain in place. Desperate to get it to stick, Larry picks up the stapler from the desk. No, you don't. And staples the toupee back on top of Bernie's head. It works. They pull Bernie up. His pen is stuck in his ear. Ugh. Exterior ferry dock on Island Day. The Iceman is boarding the ferry along with a bunch of other passengers for the trip back to the mainland. The Iceman is much more relaxed now that he knows Lomax is gone once and for all. Exterior Lomax house. Day. Richard and Larry are straining under the weight of the body. It is a good 50 feet or so down the boardwalk from the house to the golf cart. They dump Bernie into a little red wagon. You can't ride in my little red wagon. To facilitate the journey. They are in a rush and they head pell-mell. Really? Yeah, all right, pell-mell down the boardwalk, pulling the wagon, and don't notice that Bernie's head is hanging out of the wagon and bouncing up and down on the boardwalk. Oh no! They reach the golf cart and transfer Bernie from the wagon to the golf cart. Since there's only room for 2 in the front part, they place Lomax on the back of the cart where the golf clubs would normally go, and then they strap him in with the golf bag straps. No! Richard and Larry then jump into the cart and take off in the direction of the marina and the ferry dock. Exterior boardwalks. Day as Richard and Larry steer down the boardwalks in the golf cart with Bernie in the back. They pass several other islanders in golf carts coming and going, who nonchalantly wave to Bernie as they go by. Exterior Marina Ferry Dock Day. No one really notices that, like, literally this dude is dead. Cool. All right, we're going with it. The ferry's horn toot toots as the ferry pulls away from the dock as it gathers speed as it heads out of the buoy marked channel on the mainland. Richard and Larry are driving the golf cart recklessly in an attempt to get to the ferry on time.
It's leaving.
Well, they both start yelling, and I told you I already hadn't seen this movie, okay?
Hey! It's about to leave.
About to leave.
Yep. Well, and as Richard and Larry unstrap Bernie from the golf cart, they keep glancing up at the ferry as it pulls further and further away from the dock. Oh no!
Hurry!
I'm doing the best I can. Grab his legs.
We can't carry him. He has to look like he's alive.
Shoelaces.
No. Oh, as Richard and Larry rush for the ferry with Barry supported Bernie. Sorry, Barry. I don't know. I'm apparently making up names now. Bernie supported between them. They've tied Bernie's shoes to their ankles, so whenever no, it's not a sack race. No. Oh my god, I'm dead. Okay. One of them raises their foot to take a step. Bernie's foot follows along. It's primitive, but it works.
Hold it.
Let us on. Wait.
Exterior ferry boat day. The Iceman's beatific smile fades from his face as he catches a glimpse of Bernie running up to the ferry dock. The Iceman's mouth drops open. It can't be. By now, the ferry is too far out for the Iceman to get off of it. Exterior marina, ferry dock day. A dejected Richard and Larry watch the ferry pull away and leave them behind.
I'm going to kill you.
What?
That's right. You don't have to worry about anybody else murdering you because I'm going to do it. Didn't want to come on this trip. You talked me into it, and now we're going to die on this crummy island.
I don't feel any better about this than you do, but let me remind you, you're the one that had to do a little brown nosing and ass kissing on that goddamn computer. Come on, Larry, you gotta work hard to achieve your goals. Why can't you be a lazy fuck like I am?
Well,
Okay. All right. So we're both guilty. But how the hell are we going to get off this island? And you better have a good idea, or I'm going to take those fucking shoelaces and tie them around your fucking neck.
well, as they sit there pondering their fate, several private boats, motor and sail, are coming in and out of the harbor.
Hey, we got a boat.
Richard looks at Larry with confusion.
Lomax's boat. Tawny brought the keys back, remember?
Yes, you're right. Go back to the house and get them. I'll stay here with Bernie.
Oh, I'm not going anywhere without Bernie. You go back and get the keys. I'll stay with Bernie.
We'll all go back, and we'll all get the goddamn fucking keys, and we'll all stay with Bernie.
Coming for my gig, Eric. Damn. They drive off in the golf cart and head back to Bernie's house, interior Lomax's house day. Bernie is sprawled over the sofa while Richard collects the fucking keys to his boat. Larry stays with Lomax.
Got him.
Let's go.
Richard suddenly stops in his tracks. He listens.
Shh.
What?
Someone's out on the deck.
Richard holds his fingers to his lips and tiptoes towards the front door, peeks out the window. Larry has gotten into position to look over his shoulder. POV shot through the window of the bum, who is sneaking up to the house, thinking that it's empty, to steal some food or drink. Yeah, bum, you better go get some of that fucking champagne and caviar. The bum gives all the appearance of a bad type.
You think he's the killer?
You want to ask him?
Larry shakes his head no. Of course not. They hear the bum fiddling around with the front doorknob. Richard and Larry exchange a worried look. What to do? Richard picks up a piece of firewood from the hearth and raises it over his head, ready to hit the bum when he walks in the door. Larry hides behind the sofa with Bernie. The bum opens the door a crack and sticks his head inside to check the place out. Richard swings mightily with the log and misses completely. The bum now steps inside. Richard takes another swing and connects. The bum goes down like a ton of bricks.
He can come out now, Rambo.
Bernie's head raises up first. After a beat, Larry raises up behind him. He sees the bum laying on the floor and Richard standing there with the log.
Hey, nice work.
Let's get out of here.
Richard hears someone else out on the deck. Larry and Bernie disappear behind the sofa again as Richard peeks out the window. The gardener, carrying a knife which he is going to use to cut some plants, is heading for the front door. Another killer? Richard goes to the door with the log. Larry is behind the sofa. The gardener walks in the front door, not expecting a thing, suspecting a thing. Wham! Richard nails him with the log. The gardener falls on top of the bum. Larry comes out from behind the sofa.
2 killers.
Who knows? Let's lock them both up in the closet.
Richard grabs the gardener while Larry grabs the bum. They drag them over to the front closet. Where's Bernie at this point? This is what I want to know. Push them in and then lock the door. Now they are ready to leave once more. Exterior dock later. The golf cart with Richard, Larry, and Bernie, there we go, on board, drives down the dock and comes to a stop at the slip where Lomax ties his boat up.
That's it. Premiums.
Gross. Premiums, a sleek teal blue glass-drawn speedboat with 2 cockpits, damn it, Jen, one behind the other. Go to the, where am I? This beauty, each with 2 seats. Come on, Jen, get it together. This beauty was built for speed. Anyway, and was equipped for water skiing with a special winch and a rope attached to the stern. They go to the rear of the cart, unstrap Bernie, and lug him over to the edge of the dock, where they then lower him into the rear cockpit of the speedboat. It isn't easy. Richard and Larry climb into the boat after getting Bernie inside and move up into the front cockpit and settle in. Larry behind the wheel, Richard in the passenger seat riding shotgun. Larry looks at the instruments on the dashboard, and it is confusing.
Give me the key.
Have you ever driven a boat before?
I was born on a boat.
Were you actually born in a boat? That's funny. Larry slips the key into the ignition. Next to the ignition, and nothing happens. Ignition.
Well, push something.
And Larry tries several of the buttons on the dash. The horn blasts. Toot toot, beep beep, almost deafening them. Windshield wipers start. Running lights go on, and then finally the engine kicks over. A loud, deep, rattling, powerful noise that has the speedboat vibrating. Jokes. Phrasing. The noise is loud, and Richard and Larry will have to shout to be heard from here on out.
Let's get out of here.
Larry puts the boat in gear, pushes forward on the throttle, and then the engine races, but no movement, pushes harder. The engine screaming, but still no real movement. Richard looks back and see the stern line still tied and stretched to the max.
I got it.
All right. He moves to the back of the boat and then pulls the loose end of the line. In the blink of an eye, the boat leaps forward, throwing Richard face to face, nose to nose with Bernie. Larry screams as he sees himself heading for the ship directly across from him, as well as the boat within. He slaps the throttle forward, passes neutral, hitting reverse, bumps the boat in front of him just enough to knock the shocked people on it off of their feet, spilling drinks, food, etc. At the same time as the boat lunges backwards, sending Richard from the back to the front. Larry now sees disaster coming from the rear as another boat is about to be smashed by them. Larry grabs the throttle, pulls it back, still in a full tilt panic. Again, Bernie's boat lunges forward, this time sending Richard from front to back. Again, his head is moving faster than his feet can carry him, unable to stop himself and having to almost vault over Bernie at a dead run. He flies off the back of the boat into the water. Larry, as the boat flies out of the slips towards the open channel, finally finds neutral and the boat glides forward, turns to see Richard left behind, splashing in the water, people on the rocks staring in disbelief, and Richard swims towards the floating boat.
I can't find the brakes.
Boats don't have brakes, Captain Ahab.
Really? How do they stop?
This is being yelled as the boat glides past Richard and heads for the dock. Larry is desperate to stop the boat. He leaves the wheel and rushes to the stern where he finds an anchor. Larry tosses the anchor overboard at a high arc. A moment later, we hear the sound of wood breaking. Larry has thrown the anchor onto the rear deck of the boat, of a boat where a man and his wife are enjoying a drink. Oh, sorry, guys, that sucks for your happy hour. The anchor smashes under a coffee table. Oh no, between them breaking bottles, glasses, an ashtray, and the table itself. The boat hits the deck and stops. Larry leans over the side and pulls Richard back on board. It is slippery and not easy, but he finally manages the task.
You all right?
Yeah, swell. We drowned.
Well, you want to steer the boat? Can you do a better job?
Bernie could do a better job.
Richard now takes the wheel. You're not wrong. Richard manages to steer the boat away from the slip and heads out onto the harbor, which will take them out to, through the buoy mark channel and out into the open water. Richard does better at the wheel and controls the boat as it skips along the water.
Open it up.
He's referring to the throttle. Take her to sea, Mr. Murdoch. Richard feels comfortable enough to goose it and try out the power. As the boat streaks ahead, we start to pass the same kind of water playing people as we saw Bernie pass on his way in. Boats of all sizes, water skiers, jet skis, wet bikes, etc. We see several young bikini-clad young ladies, one leaning over the side of the boat, pulling up an anchor. This scene is too much nice for Larry and even Richard nodding to take a look as we speed by. With two ear-to-ear grins, our boys look back towards each other, and then as they look forward, our smiles turn to shock as they see a very large boat bearing straight towards them, cutting a large wake in its path. Oh my God. The yacht's air horn blares, wah, as both boats swerve to avoid the collision. Richard turns out, just missing the bow of the yacht, only to see the same two fishermen Bernie had splashed earlier directly in his path. He swerves again sharply, splashing the men as Bernie had, only this time it's so close it capsizes the fishing boat as well. Richard and Larry now bounce and fly over the huge wake behind the yacht, bouncing Bernie out of the boat, catching the ski line on his way, landing on the water on his back, and then he's pulled by the ski rope, skipping like a flat rock. Oh my God. Still in a state of panic, they look up to see a private dock growing rapidly. Too late to turn off, they scream and duck. Luck and the tide is with them as they are just able to squeeze under, still not knowing Bernie is dragging behind. Oh my God. They look to see a ski jump looming in front of them. Richard swings the boat to one side, just missing the jump. What that does is to send Bernie, who is bounced to his feet skiing barefoot over the ramp into the air. Okay. And to a much less than graceful crash landing. All of this, the people that he passed smile and wave and cheer as if this is a regular activity for Bernie. The boys, thinking all of this is just for them, smile and wave back, trying to still look cool. Richard sees a line of buoys marking the channel in front of them.
Which side do we pass on?
Well, how should I know? Just stay close. What could happen?
Not sure of which side to pass on. Richard weaves in and out of the buoys, left on one, right on of another, and then so on. And each time they pass one behind, we hear one gong, then the next.
You hear something?
Uh-huh.
We see Bernie slamming into one buoy, then another, each time hitting the gong. Each time Bernie spins like a pinwheel.
There it is again.
Yeah, I wonder what that is.
One more gong rings out. Larry looks to see Lomax bouncing and spinning behind the boat.
Uh-oh, man overboard. Stop the boat.
Oh my God, Logan, you do not have a freaking bell. I'm dead. Richard wheels around to see what Larry's screaming about.
Shit.
As he pulls back on the throttle and the boat slows to a stop. As he pulls Bernie towards into the boat like a big tuna. Bernie plops onto the boat's deck. Hit the bell again. Maybe? No? Okay, fine. Never mind. All right. Yeah! Richard again takes the wheel, and they speed off around the bend out into the open from the inlet. Richard and Larry cruising along, bouncing over the waves, nothing to get in the way. Bernie is now tied down with the entire length of ski rope. Larry turns to check him. All is well. Clear sailing when sputter, sputter, choke, choke. The engine dies.
Well, what happened?
Oh no.
Insert of gas gauge. The arrow points to empty. Richard and Larry, they exchange weary looks.
Well, this makes it a perfect weekend. You're right, Larry. I've never had such fun. I almost broke my leg jumping on a moving ferry. I get to the beach and my host is dead from a drug overdose. I fell down a lighthouse. I had a corpse wash up on the beach next to me. Then I found out my boss is not only a thief, but he wants to kill me. Then I lose a corpse, and then a little kid buries him in the sand, and I have to dig him up, and the little kid fires a cap gun at me, and then takes 10 years off of my life, and then I almost drown, and now we're out of gas, and almost probably drift around forever, and never be seen again.
Yeah, well, that pretty much covers it. Do you know how to swim?
Exterior dock on mainland near Ferry Landing Day. The Iceman is boarding a water taxi to take him back to the island. Exterior seashore day. Richard and Larry, wearing life jackets, are holding on to Bernie like a log as they kick their way onto the shoreline. Into the shoreline, rather. Exterior Lomax house day. Richard and Larry lug Bernie up to the front door. Gwen is walking by in the background. She sees Richard and Larry with Bernie. The guys go into the house. Interior Lomax house day. They are heading for the bathroom with Bernie.
Okay, we've called the cops. Now we'll just lock ourselves until they get here.
They go into the bathroom and they close the door. We hear it lock. Exterior beach near Lomax house day. Gwen, curious as to what they are doing, crosses the beach toward the house. Interior Lomax house day. She comes tentatively into the house. She looks nervous, but sees no one. She calls out.
Richard? Richard, are you here?
She hears the bathroom lock click. The door opens a crack. Larry and Richard stick their faces out.
Gwen, what are you doing here?
You're the weirdest guy I ever met. I'm just curious. I saw you with Bernie, and you told me he's dead, so I'm dying to hear your explanation this time.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Richard lets the door swing all the way open. Gwen now notices Bernie's body hanging from the shower nozzle. Me too, Gwen. I'm also terrified. She looks at Richard like he's crazy. He tries to explain.
It's just Bernie. He's dead, and somebody's trying to kill us. So can we stay at your house till the cops come, or what?
Gwen, we didn't kill him, you know? Do we look like we could kill anybody? Oh, God, let me rephrase that. Do I look like I could kill anybody?
A loud banging noise erupts from the closet, and a moment later the door bursts open as the bum and the gardener break out of the closet. Gwen doesn't know what to make of this, but Richard and Larry do. They each grab a champagne bottle and, in front of the astonished Gwen, conk the bum and the gardener over the head again. Richard looks at Gwen, who is now backing away from him like he's death itself. Richard doesn't know whether to laugh or cry.
I can explain.
But before he has a chance, as the Iceman, looking more than a little deranged now, storms in through the front door with a gun in his hand. He's crazed and doesn't even seem to see Richard, Larry, or Gwen as he crosses to Bernie, still in the chair, and aims the gun at him and fires 6 times. Ran into my knife. I'm just kidding. Needless to say, it is startling to everyone.
Company.
Lol.
He
They are
had it
still-
coming.
Yep. Full on cell block tango moment. Anyway. They're all hypnotized by what just happened and find it impossible to move. The Iceman laughs maniacally, scaring the crap out of everyone. Yep. And then, it's then that he realizes he's not alone in the room. The caller is inside the house. He looks at Richard first.
I didn't see a thing. I was looking at my watch.
Now the Iceman turns to Larry. Larry has a better alibi.
I'm blind.
The Iceman starts to dribble from his mouth. What? Oh, he unloads the empty bullets from the revolver and reaches into his pocket for more bullets. He begins to load them into the gun. It's all the time our friends need. Richard grabs Gwen by the hand and heads out the door. Larry is close behind. Gwen is screaming at the top of her lungs. Ow. But also exterior Lomax house day, but well done. Richard, Gwen, and Larry run out the door and then run around to the side of the house on the deck. A moment later, the Iceman rushes out, waving his freshly loaded gun. He sees the 3 of them disappearing around the corner of the house and fires twice, missing. As Richard, Gwen, and Larry reach the front deck and then run back into the house. Interior Lomax house day. Scared out of the oh shit. Oh, is she locking me out again? Cool. All right, we're ready for that. All right, interior Lomax house day. Scared out of their wits, the trio crouch down behind the sofa trying to hide. They peer around the corner of the sofa and see the Iceman stalking them out on the front deck, gun raised. POV shot Iceman, checking out the front area very carefully and finding nothing. He looks over to find the inside of the house and deduces that the trio are inside. The Iceman slowly starts toward the house. Back to shot. Richard, Larry, and Gwen are still behind the sofa as the Iceman approaches the sliding doors behind the house. He stops momentarily and turns his back on them because he hears a sound outside. Having little choice but to try something, Richard and Larry both get an idea at the same time. There is some pantomiming. Jesus, that's a word. Sure, pantomizing. We made it up. My name is Travis. Hello. To each other as to what they should do. And then they suddenly jump up from behind the sofa and they push the chair holding Bernie out of the sliding doors and onto the deck. Using the chair and Bernie as a shield, Richard and Larry head for the Iceman, who turns and sees them too late to get out of the way. The chair hits him square in. The force of the movement sends both Lomax and the Iceman flying through the deck railing and down the 20 feet to the sand. Richard and Larry rush to the railing and look down to the sand below. Spread eagle on the sand. Number 17, the spread eagle. Unconscious is the Iceman. Next to him, still sitting upright in the chair, is Bernie. A couple walking down the beach see Bernie sitting in front of his house on the sand and wave to him. Hi. Dissolve to exterior Lomax's house day. A police car and the ambulance are parked on the golf cart path in front of Bernie's house. The policemen are leading the Iceman away in handcuffs. 2 medical attendants are loading Bernie's body onto a gurney and taking it to the ambulance. The body is covered with a sheet. Richard, Larry, and Gwen are observing the proceedings from the deck. Larry has his overnight bag slung over one shoulder. He seems anxious to get going.
So you're going to be staying at Gwen's?
I'm sure not Lomax. I'm sure not something or what's left of it. I never want to see it again.
Well, I think it's very smart what you're doing. You deserve some time off. The company owes it to you.
It's just a week till Gwen leaves for school.
You sure you don't want to stay, Larry? There's plenty of room.
Oh, me? Nah. I've learned a very important lesson this weekend, Richard. There's no substitute for hard work. There's no shortcut to success. I mean, Bernie found out the hard way. I'm going to save myself the trouble.
Richard looks at his friend. He's happy for his change of attitude.
Take care, buddy.
I will.
See you in a week.
He gives Larry a hug. It's a nice moment. Then Larry heads down the stairs. One of the cops stops him near the bottom step.
What about the money you guys mentioned finding? I'll need it for evidence.
Oh, yes, of course. Slipped my mind.
Excuse me. Larry reaches into his overnight bag. Again, excuse me. And then takes out the attaché case. He hands it to the cop.
I was going to return it to the company myself, but...
He glances at Richard. Richard doesn't believe him.
Well, what the fuck? I might as well stay for the week, too.
Larry looks wistfully after the money before joining Richard and Gwen as they head off down to the beach on their way to Gwen's house. Fade out. The end.
Y'all did great. Someone revive Bernie. There we go. Woo!
Wow.
There's the Logan.
Have a good night.